Welcome to the Intoxicated Podcast, a weekly comedy talk show that dives into the personal lives of comedians, experts, and creators. I'm your host, Sarah MacLellan, a very amateur stand-up comedian and self-proclaimed sad girl. It's the comedy podcast with a lot of heart. Feel hard and talk hard. This is the Intoxicated Podcast. I already feel so weird. This is like, this perspective
I
is
feel
strange.
weird looking at you. I'm like,
It's not
can
right.
we get a screen in front of her?
Yeah, it's not right.
Move these two things like right over there.
There we go. I feel more like
Right.
myself.
Sarah's great as long as you got a screen in front of her. All right, it's 8:30.
We got this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Action.
Perfect. Hello, and welcome to the 5-year anniversary of the Intoxicated Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Hendricken. My guest this week is the host of the Intoxicated Podcast, Sarah MacLellan. Sarah MacLellan, everyone. Baby claps.
Golf claps.
Very exciting time.
This is the most
That's right.
narcissistic thing I've ever done in my life.
Is it?
Being a guest on my own podcast.
You think this is, or do you think it's 5 years of having a podcast while you primarily talk?
that's true.
Either one.
I couldn't think of a better idea.
This is a great idea. And guess who stepped up to the plate? It's old handsome Dan.
You're the only comic who stepped up to the plate.
Oh, was there other people who stepped up? Okay.
Yeah, they were
Let's
comics.
not start with negativity. Anybody could have done it. But now I'm here, and I'm very excited because I love this podcast. Yay! And I am just tickled pink to help celebrate 5 years. So here's what we're going to do.
Oh my gosh, what's
I
happening?
have some questions, and I have some. We're going to play a game at one point.
Oh my god, what?
And we have a video.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to do first. It's not the video. Co-host with me right now, Sarah. Do you know what the vibe of the video is? Is that something we can do?
You should save it.
Okay, I'm gonna save it, but it's loaded, right? I'm not gonna get worried about it.
How are you
We'll
playing
figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Tech-wise, how are you playing it?
From one of your screens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yes, we can figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
is it
hey,
like
listen.
on YouTube or something?
It's on. It can be on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. Great. Perfect.
Perfect.
First man burp.
Oh my god.
This is great. Finally, a white man hosting a podcast. This is big. You've made it huge already.
I feel like this is a test run for when you do your own podcast.
Whenever that might be. Slandatory.
But you should
A word I just made up
you should
last
have
week
your
I'm
own
drunk.
podcast. What?
I should.
You're the perfect personality type to have a podcast.
Let's listen. I appreciate that compliment, but this show isn't about me. Okay?
That's true.
This
You're
is
not the
a
guest.
goddamn
Fuck me.
podcast, and you are the guest.
Yeah, no questions for me. I'm not allowed to ask any questions.
We're here. These are my opening statements. I genuinely would like to thank you for doing all the hard work you have. I fucking love this podcast, and I think it's a real fucking treat in Halifax to have it.
Yay!
You know? Yeah.
Thank you,
A lot of
Dan.
people love this show, and it's a lot of people get to be on this show because there's fucking 223 episodes. So
Yeah.
that's half of the population of Halifax.
Truly.
And I think it's real special that we get to come here
It's a
in a
lot of
safe place
episodes.
and do podcasts and have fun and learn about weirdos. So thank you. I want to say that off the top.
Pleasure.
Right. Now, how do you feel after 5 years of doing this bullshit?
So I feel like before I relaunched, I was exhausted.
Relaunch is the beginning of season 2. Is that what
That's
we're talking
right.
about?
200 and
That
up.
was wild. And I will tell you, as a fan of yours, I did not think it was going to work.
Really?
I genuinely thought, this is it. It's done. And
Do you think it was it's different enough, like
it definitely is.
to be considered like a reintroduction?
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Just having the segments alone.
There's way more structure and there's like way more production quality to it. It's a game changer. Yeah, for sure. It's a whole different beast. Very proud of you. But I will tell you, at the end, I was like, I can't imagine how much work that was. Like, I saw how much work Andrew Vaughn did for the Boys Club, and I was like, I don't want any of that shit.
That's no video.
And that's no video. So like I thought you were quitting then, I was like, it's probably for the best. But no, Mama's back
So
hard.
I consider this era of Intox. I'm gonna just throw some Taylor Swift
Let's do it. Is this the Red album?
metaphors. No.
Okay.
So this relaunch, I would consider this the Reputation era.
Oh shit.
Because, as you know, Taylor Swift took a break after Red because of all the Kanye stuff, and she disappeared for a bit, and she came back with Reputation. It was new, it was different, it was still Taylor,
Yeah.
but it was different and it was polarizing. And the other reason I consider it that is it was not. She didn't win a Grammy for Reputation.
Devastating.
But she had this attitude of, I'll just make a better album. And I consider that Intoxicated. Like, if it doesn't work, just redo it or do something different or just come back with like a new kind of idea.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see this.
I don't understand anything about Taylor Swift. I think she's very pretty and I like all of her songs. But I think I get the metaphor for the most part.
She did something different. And it was something people either love or hate.
That Kanye thing was like a big deal.
Yes.
All right. I can see how it would be traumatizing.
Because it was a leaked conversation.
Oh, what do you mean a leaked conversation?
Like, so essentially Kanye and Taylor Swift were on the phone. And
why are they talking on the phone?
he was recording the conversation. She was on speakerphone. And he was like, I have this song. It's called Famous. And in it, I reference you. And I say, I made that. He didn't say bitch, I think, in the conversation. I made her famous, or I made Taylor famous because of the controversy with the interrupting her. And Taylor goes, oh, I love it. You could totally, because he was essentially asking her for permission.
Yeah.
And she agreed it's on tape, her agreeing.
Yeah.
And then when the song came out, he added the word bitch.
Yeah.
And Taylor got pissed. And then people got pissed at Taylor because they were like, you're a traitor. You approved it.
Yeah.
And her reputation went down.
What was the single off Reputation? Just give me a state of mind here.
Look, what you made me do.
Okay. That's what, do you know
it's
what?
the dark, sparkly,
When you said it, I'm like, I
sexy
think
era.
I think it's this one. The one with the snakes. All
Yeah.
right. I get it. But
Yeah.
look, who's on top now? Taylor.
Well, she's unbeatable.
Something's terrible is going to happen at the end of this Kanye story. I guarantee it.
Oh, I mean, he's off the rails right now.
Yeah, he's going to lose his mind. Already has.
I think, yeah, he's always been off the rails.
Yeah, but he seems...
He's mentally ill, man. He can't help it.
Yeah, I know.
Poor Kanye.
He's definitely mentally ill. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, you wish somebody was close to him that loved him enough would help him out.
That's how I feel about Britney Spears, too.
Yeah, true.
Also quite unhinged and
She's skinny as a needle.
apparently pregnant.
Is she?
Apparently.
What?
All right.
Did you not see
That's
the
fine.
fucking, there's, her Instagram alone, you could just get lost in it
It's
with
wild.
like subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
You mean subliminal messaging?
We're subliminal.
What do you mean
There
subliminal
was a
What do you mean
video
subliminal?
she posted of her holding her stomach with a harpy plane over it.
What's a harpy plant?
Like a... I just talked too fast. A heartbeat plane over
Oh,
it.
heartbeat plane?
Like a plane over the video. Like it was in the background. It was like background music.
Oh.
It was a heartbeat.
I think you meant harpy, like the Irish mythical beast. Harpy? That seems pretty... Yeah, harpy's like a weird mermaid, I think, from Ireland.
So apparently this is what fans think. She might be inadvertently saying that she's pregnant. Because when she was freed, she came out saying, I want to have babies. I want to get married and have babies.
Right,
And she's
'cause
already engaged.
Part of her conservatorship was like she had to be on birth control, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And she was forced to do therapy, the
She
poor thing.
has babies. She has like multiple babies.
I thought she had like
she
two
never
with Kevin
talks about it
Federline.
anymore. She never talks with them anymore.
Well, and they're not babies anymore.
Yeah, they'd be
Oh, right.
They're like-
they're old
like-
now.
15 or 16,
They're
right? Like
up
they'd
there.
be, yeah, they'd be kind of doing their own thing. They probably don't want to be hanging out with Britney Spears anymore.
I don't necessarily. She just got a puppy and a kitten. I'm like, just stick with that for a bit, Brit.
It's
maybe
good
not-
that you feel confident in your own life to be giving mental health advice. That's not a slam, but you're like, hey, I'm doing better than Britney Spears.
Oh, I love
All
it.
right?
It's true though. I feel like I am the type of person who gives a lot of advice,
Well, you meditate now in the mornings.
and it doesn't always. I did it once. I did a
did it one
5-minute Sam Harris.
Sam Harris?
Waking up.
Wait, did you do that one that Nikki Glazer's like, you got to do this one?
I did. It's like you have to do an introductory course before you can like go through all these other specific ones.
Did you get it for free?
I'm on a free trial right now.
Because I heard if you email and you're like, I want it for free, he'll give it
and
to you
I
for
will be
free.
doing that.
Dope. I love it.
I think it's like $100 a year or something,
That's
which
not
isn't too bad, but I don't have $100.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon Prime's like 90 or something like that, and that ain't worth it no more.
I think it's totally worth it.
All right, fine.
Do you order from Prime a lot?
Used to.
Why not anymore? Oh, just because Amazon's evil?
Yeah, Amazon's evil.
Yeah.
And also, my partner is also anti-Amazon. So like, then it's like a gut check.
So-
because I'll have moments where I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna order it real quick. But then I know if that package shows up, then there's gonna be like, oh, you're feeding the fucking
This has
idiot.
never happened. I just don't order from Amazon.
It never happened, but it could.
I will say that, yeah, everyone should make an attempt to avoid it if they can. For content creation and podcasting, if there's like a weird dongle or something
yeah.
or an adapter that I need, I can guarantee you Walmart won't have it. The
Yeah.
Source won't have it. Maybe Best Buy, but
Maybe
that's,
Best Buy is what we
maybe,
learned.
but I doubt it. Like
Yeah.
they just have specific things for like a good price on there that you can have. Like if we were doing this podcast and I was missing a cord or something,
Yeah.
I could have it to me in like 3 days.
I love Amazon for that. I don't understand people who are like, I'll get my toilet paper off
Yeah, that's a bit
Amazon,
lazy.
and I'll get my peanuts off Amazon. It's like, why are you doing that?
Ooh,
There's so many different options. They do have great deals on peanuts, though.
And fruit snacks.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones?
So I'm really
Welch's? I'm big on fruit snacks right now because
Me too.
I got into chewable gummies, vitamins.
Oh, they're the shit.
They're fucking dope. I've never taken more vitamins in my
I wonder
entire
if they
life.
work. Like they're almost
don't
too
know,
good.
don't care.
You're like, I'm doing my thing.
I know.
I'm
Every
into
night I take an edible.
Mott's fruit
Yeah.
stations, I think, are the best fruit snack.
And how many bags are you putting back a day?
Oh, buddy.
Is it high?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be high. I bought a giant Costco pack of Rice Krispies, like 90 of them. I'll eat 4 or 5 Rice Krispies a day. I fucking love
It's-
them. They're 90 calories and they're perfect. They're the amount of food that every time you're like, I could use a little snack. They're that much food where you're like, I don't need no snack. I'm-
Wait, hold on. Rice Krispies like the cereal?
no,
Rice Krispie Squares.
Rice Krispie Squares.
Oh,
The
that makes
marshmallow,
way more
delicious.
sense. I
I'm
was
not
like, what,
loose
how are we
throwing
eating-
Rice Krispies in my face here. I'm not a psychopath.
All right, just checking.
They got marshmallow glue to them, boo.
Oh, I fucking love a Rice Krispie square.
They're fantastic.
Homemade ones? Oh.
Yeah.
Homemade doesn't
Ooh,
compare to
Dan, you gotta add
packaging, so
extra
it's
marshmallows.
just so good.
To the fucking...
I'm actually a little traumatized with Rice Krispie squares because one time my friend was making a big batch of weed butter and I said, give me some. And I bought $100 worth of this really strong weed butter and I had it in the back of my fridge. I was going to make Rice Krispies with it. And then my roommate threw it out because he thought it was green and moldy. I'm like, that was $100 worth of weed butter. And his
fuck.
response was, oops. And then that was it. Also, I owed this guy like a lot of money, so it didn't matter. It was fine. But
You're even.
oh, not even close. I owe him still a good amount of money. but all in good faith.
All in good
Everything's
faith.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I fruit snacks and stuff like I don't have a lot of control. Gushers, if I buy a
Fuck
thing of-
yeah, Gushers.
I will probably eat half a pack.
All right. Never mind. We're not talking about snacks anymore. We're talking about
was
this
really liking
goddamn
that.
podcast.
That was really good. I really like the fruit snack talk.
I do love. Okay, we'll get back to it, but I feel like at least we have to try to stay vaguely close to the 5-year anniversary
Okay.
of this show.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes. Oh.
Here's some stereotypical questions. 5 years in, you've had a tremendous amount of guests. Do you know how many guests you've had?
Oh, how many guests? That's
Mm-hmm.
tricky. Because
We
a lot
counted
of
this the other day,
repeats.
didn't we? Oh no,
I don't know how many
we just
guests,
counted.
right? Because you got to take into account any
Right.
solo episodes I did, repeat guests, any bonus episodes that would have come out. Like there was a time that I think for one of them, I just released one of the live streams, like the audio from one of the live
Yeah.
streams. Fuck, I have no fucking idea.
I don't either, but it's quite
lot
a
of
few.
work. A lot.
If someone was brand new to Intoxicated, which they very well might be, I often
Yes.
listen to podcasts. I'm like, let me listen to the best of as an anniversary to get a vibe of this. If you had to pick
yeah.
1 and or 2 episodes in the last 5 years that you would say, this is what I want an introduction to Intoxicated be, what would it be? Is that too much of a question?
no,
we can
no,
talk
it's a
about
great
fruit snacks with the audience for a little bit more.
No, it's a great question because some episodes are very silly
Yeah.
and not so serious. Some are super serious, but
Yeah.
not so silly.
That's why I said 2, because I'm like, you can't have like a super silly, goofy one and then have like one about like trauma.
So I loved my solo episode with Brian Otter because this was in
Classic.
the 170s.
Yeah.
one of my favorite times for podcasting because I had just started stand-up. We were out of 2020 lockdown. I was happy. I was very happy.
So it was a hot girl summer that summer.
Yeah, it was like I was just having fun. I wasn't working, so I was like doing comedy and I was rested.
Yeah.
Like I was sleeping and podcasting and doing comedy. And I just love Brian. Like shout out to Brian Ott.
Brian Otter's the sweetest man in the entire
Brian.
world.
Because he had come on with Kyle Barnett for his first episode. I didn't know him that well.
Yeah.
So I put him on with somebody else.
Yeah.
But then when we did our solo episode, it was just awesome.
Yeah.
It was deep but funny. And that's, I think, the type of episode I would want to show someone. When I think more recently, like maybe even like Luba's episode or Justin Shaw's episode.
Oh.
That was a good
Dump
one.
by Earth. Classic. Oh, yeah. I listened to Brian Otter
Dump by
one.
Earth, you know the title.
It might come up later. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I was at a show last night and we were talking about roast battles and we were talking Brian Otter's in it, and then I was talking to Mitch about it and he's like, yeah, I got all these good jokes for everybody, and then like I might have to face Brian. I'm like, well, you're fucked because he's the best guy ever. Yeah.
So this will come out. Okay, so I gotta
You
say,
can't talk about the sweetest guy ever. What do you
I
mean?
gotta say,
Yeah.
this will come out after the roast. So the roasts are tomorrow night.
Yeah.
This episode will be out on Friday. So.
Oh, okay. Mark
So
your calendars,
I'm not
everyone.
spoiling anything, but I came up with a roast joke for Brian. Just
Let's hear
to adore him so much, but he is a soft boy, and he'll say that himself. He's sensitive and very, very
Yeah.
nice, almost to a fault. Like, you know how some people are just like, they're too nice, like they probably would get walked over kind of thing.
Oh, big time.
And that's Brian. So my joke's like, Brian is the human equivalent of a melted ice cream cone.
Oh, why is this so mean and accurate? Oh, I fucking love. Jesus
That's
Christ.
the thing. I'm like saying that with love, but it's like he would admit
Why?
that.
Because you gotta lick them to keep them clean. You dirty little cat. Is
No,
that what
because
he
there's
is?
nothing sadder than a melted. Like when in the summer,
Yeah.
ice cream is like the pinnacle of excitement and happiness.
Yeah,
And when it's melting, it's very sad to look at.
yeah, but it means you got to get up and get going.
That's true.
I don't know.
Get it in ya.
Brian Otter, I'd lick you.
Get it in ya. But
Oh, that's a great answer.
But I like the 170. So there was like Brian, and like I did an episode with Michael Kennedy, who is a new comic who disappeared from the face of the earth.
Is he a tall guy?
Very tall.
Yeah, I've seen him before. He seems like a nice fella.
We did almost 4 hours
Oh, wow.
podcast,
I think he's from Ontario, though.
and that was another great one.
All right.
And at the end of it, he goes, "Now I can do Rogan," and I'll always save that clip
Yeah.
because I went, "Are you okay going long? Are you okay with?" I always call it Rogan length. Do you want to
Yeah.
go Rogan length? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll do Rogan length. That means I can do Rogan."
That's how it works. All you got to do is say the N word,
But
and
he
then
like-
you'll be there.
He like talked about like his sister dying.
Oh.
And, like it. Yeah.
Jackie
yeah.
Kennedy?
Jackie. No, I don't know her name.
The Kennedys is a famous political family. One of them is named Jackie.
I cried
don't
3
know the rest.
times.
She
on
was
his
married in,
episode.
wasn't she?
What?
Wasn't she married in?
I think so. I think Jackie Kennedy was who tried to pick up the skull in the back of the convertible in Dallas.
Fuck.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Someone tried to do that?
I think when John F. Kennedy got shot, his wife was beside him and she didn't react well. No, and who could? But when that happened, she jumped in the back and tried to scoop up his skull. Back of his skull.
God.
Sorry, moving on. Michael Kennedy, great episode. Check that
It was
one out.
Jackie's.
Intoxicated
Sarah
fans.
tried
Jackie.
3 times.
You can't during the episode.
Yeah.
God damn it! Now I feel bad. I've never made you cry. Although I'm always a rootin' tootin' good time kind of
It's
guest.
again, mix of funny and serious is the best.
It's a good vibe, and that's what long podcasts let you do. You ready for another question?
Yes.
All right. We talked about your favorite guest you've had so far. What's your dream guest, girl?
Celebrity or local?
Could be both. Give me one. Give me one of both.
I'd love to talk to Steve Mackey.
Steve Mackey. Have you invited him?
I would love that.
Twice.
Do you know
but-
what? Now's not a good time. He's got a lot of hot political opinions.
Perfect. I need a controversy.
Fair. All right.
Maybe.
That is.
Listen.
Mackey's a walking controversy.
If I'm what Whitney Cummings would call Ho Rogan,
Yeah.
I need some different
Okay,
opinions on this show.
but, like,
Have you ever asked
What
him?
if
Sorry, Sarah, what?
I keep on interrupting you? I'm so sorry.
no,
but what
you're
if we
supposed to.
had? What if we had Mackie and Scott?
oh my
No.
god, no, they would fight.
Would they?
I think
fight?
you said that earlier, and I was like, they would get into a fist fight.
Okay, never
I
mind.
don't think they would get into a
Trapped.
fist fight, but Scott would just stamp over Steve, and you need it to be like awkward to like literally lure Steve into talking. You know what I mean? You really need to like set the base.
Well,
And
my
also,
thing
you have
is-
to be like 9 beer deep, and then he'd do it.
Maybe
I
Stephen
think
Martin
he's a
Edwards.
fan of podcasts, so I
think
think
so,
I could bribe him with booze and maybe like a shawarma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe, it'd be fun to do a food review segment with Steve Mackey, and you just get different shawarma plates from around. Oh my
I
god!
just want a segment on Intoxicated called Mackie Moments where we read his statuses.
Oh yeah, you could, or even just show the clips of him when he did that movie series about Lego dogs on top of car roofs.
Lego dogs on top of cars.
Yeah, they got to save that brain for science. All right, so local guest is Maggie. That's a great pick. I didn't realize Maggie's never been on, but I feel like I would have known that. So now, who's your favorite all-time like
Nikki
celebrity?
Glazer.
Nikki Glazer.
For sure. I mean, I'm questioning it. For sure.
You know what's wild?
Not Rogan?
She did a couple local podcasts like before you started. I like when I went to Newfoundland. She went to Newfoundland right before I went for my first Newfoundland middle.
No way.
And she did 2 local podcasts in Newfoundland with like I forget their names, but they're like just local fellas. Like way smaller than this.
I would
she
have
wouldn't
to
do it now.
wait
Obviously, she's
to
very
ask
busy.
her because my thing is I listen to her podcast and I know her stance on podcasts, which
Yeah.
is like I'm always on podcasts and it's just kind of frustrating for her, I guess, being on podcasts all the time. And also when you're
I think
at
she
that
might
level,
be a better podcaster than a comedian though at this point. And that's got to be really frustrating.
I love her podcast. But I would have to make it worth it for her to come on. Like I would definitely have to have like a bigger listenership. But like she's someone, so Whitney Cummings and Nikki Glazer are like my 2 fave females.
Yeah.
I would, Sarah Silverman's up there.
Yeah.
Ooh, she'd be good too.
Interesting you say those names.
Why?
Keep going.
What? Am I missing someone?
No. You're fine.
But like I consider Whitney, she's so smart that I would be scared that I wouldn't be able to keep up. Nikki and I I think we'd be friends. I think we would have a friend bond.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be on tour with her and Andrew, traveling the world?
I would love to do that. Andrew Collins.
Who's your Andrew? Oh, I guess his name was Andrew and now he's dead.
You're gonna have to rephrase that question. That's a very triggering name for me.
If you had to have one side key lackey of a comedian that followed you around and opened for you all the time, was just your best bud, who would it be?
And a male?
Yeah, I think
Ideally
it's
male?
a funnier dynamic.
I mean, Clifton and I are really tight,
Clifton would be great.
but I don't know if our styles would go together. Maybe Clifton.
All right. So let's flip that question. You were innately intertwined with my podcast, the Boys Club Podcast.
Oh, shit.
Right? What if you started your own podcast called the Girls Club Podcast? Whom would be on it?
Oh my god!
Give me 2 other broads you want with you.
It's gotta be Sarah, producer Sarah.
Got to be Sarah, producer Sarah. That's an
Who would
easy
be the
layup.
third? Who would be our third?
It's a question me and Claire have said several times.
All right. No. I'm thinking about
Just
this right now
kidding.
because I'm also thinking chemistry, but also capacity and like would they
Capacity?
would they be reliable?
Oh, yeah, that's where I was the fault of the Boys Club. I discovered Long Lake and I was out.
Yeah, that whole thing. Dan was at the lake. That
I literally
the-
was
that
most
the
times.
thing.
Yeah. Just in a shitty basement on a beautiful Tuesday evening, listen to 2 men just be sad. I'm like, nah, I think I'm going to go float.
I got it. Vanessa Allen.
The fuck is that? Sorry,
So
Vanessa.
she and Jim Temple did a sketch comedy album. And she's done stand up a few times here in Halifax, but she is a very, like when we met on the podcast with Jim and it was like love at first sight. Like
Yeah.
we were sitting, Jim was between us and sparks were flying.
Yeah.
She's one of my main bitches. So
That's
I would
great.
get Vanessa on.
All right.
Great podcaster.
I love that. I listen to the Girls Club Podcast.
Fuck. Now I want to make it happen.
Do it. I don't care.
I mean, it could just be like bonus episodes where it could be like an intoxicated bonus series.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not working on the marketing. I'm just saying I'd listen to it. Jesus Christ.
You don't have to be involved at all, Dan.
Okay, good.
You can just subscribe.
I'll do the t-shirts when one of you dies. I got a t-shirt hookup.
Oh, I should talk to you about t-shirts. Because I have a
you better.
TeePublic store now, but we should talk.
Yeah, okay. I use this company in PEI called Stay Golden. They're great. They're really good fellows. Just a bunch of young fellows trying to start a business.
I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right. This question I am legitimately interested in.
Oh, fuck. I feel like I'm in the hot. I'm like literally sweating.
You've been
Yeah.
doing really good. A couple of those questions, I'm like, I feel like I would want to think for a bit. And you're like, Mama knows. I appreciate that. And this isn't even a question for you, but this is mostly me. I feel like there's so many times in podcasting where it's like, I love stand-up so much because when you put in the work and then you do it, you get this giant reaction out of a crowd and you're like, all right, my thoughts and my efforts were worth this scene. Sometimes that doesn't happen with podcasting. It can just be screaming into a void.
Most times it doesn't happen.
So what inspires you in your dark moments when you want to quit? When you're like, what? If even at the end of season 1, when you're like, what the fuck am I going to do? Before you had all those great ideas and pulled it off. What were you like? What was the one thing you're like, I don't want to fucking quit because of blank?
I think and this might get sad, but like I do think sometimes I have, what's that called? Like a sunk cost fallacy of like, I put in so much work, so why quit? Is that a sunk cost fallacy?
I don't know.
Am I
It
saying
sounds
that
good.
right? I don't know. I think, honestly, if I'm honest,
Yeah.
I mean, I do get a lot of really nice messages, which are very, very nice to hear. I just scroll through the YouTube and try to remember how much I've done, and I go, holy shit, I've done so much.
Oh, yeah.
And it, like, a lot of this stuff is really awesome. Like, I'm really proud of this. Like, just personally, I'm proud of this. Because sometimes it can feel like I'm just doing it for other people. Like, I'm just doing it to, like, entertain.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, but, like, how special is it that, like, I have these really, like, long conversations with people. We're not on our phones.
Yeah.
We're not at a noisy bar.
Yeah.
It's literally just conversation. And it's on, I have it taped. The other thing I will say, so Andrew Vaughn died. Sorry to say.
What?
I know.
Classic reaction.
And we also
Sorry
lost.
for blowing the levels there, everybody.
We also
That's
lost.
more a Sarah Nicole thing. I can
Sarah.
see the bar from where I yelled. It is.
Peeky,
It's
peeky, peeky.
White.
And we also lost Durham.
Oh my God, yeah.
And when Vaughn died, I got a lot of messages from, I wouldn't say close friends of his, but like peripheral people saying, I really liked being able to hear his voice.
Oh, yeah,
Go back
it's
to
huge.
old episodes and like get to know him better. And I had the same response from Durham's sister.
Oh, yeah,
being
Jane.
like this, because I was tempted to like reach out to her and send her episodes. And I was like, no, like if she
Yeah,
wants
you
them,
don't
she'll
overstep
find
your
them.
bounds and stuff,
And she
yeah.
like tagged me in and stuff being like it's helping the healing process. You know, like it's just grief is awful.
Yeah.
And everyone deals with it differently. And I can understand like if you are, some people like they're too close to the person and they might not want to see that stuff right away.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But like, I guess with her, it was comforting. So that's a big thing that keeps me.
Definitely.
Cause like, I gotta keep doing it. Cause like, what if you die?
Yeah. Who knows who's next?
Nobody die, Kay.
Yeah. Some of the choices I make, it's a matter of time.
Like it's a strange thing to have just the amount of content that I have. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah. That's wild. I mean,
Especially
it's-
considering the live streams, 15
Yeah.
hours, 12 hours.
Yeah, like even rough math, like you think 223 episodes each, at least probably 2 hours.
Probably,
for
yeah.
the most part. Like,
Maybe
you
an
got-
hour is like the shortest.
Yeah, you
know,
probably
like-
be closer to 600-700 hours of podcasting at this
Yeah.
point. You know, it's
I'd
wild.
like to get the actual number. Maybe I'll figure that out.
Well, I ain't that busy. I can Google it. All right. Whoa. Top the pen went. I hope we caught that on camera. That was a great answer. I will
was
say for me
great.
personally, I found it very comforting. Like when Andrew died, I was alone, isolating in PEI with COVID, and I binged all those fuckers.
And
I genuinely
I
loved
did
it.
a tribute episode where I just played clips from people who like sent in stories.
I love that
about
episode.
it. Right?
Yeah,
And
it's great
like,
app.
so that's me going like, I'm gonna shut up a bit and like let's hear from.
Yeah, I love that episode. That was great.
So
All right, this is a question that Claire thought up because she
Oh.
was in a similar boat. She was around stand-up as you were for a long time before she got into it. So how long did you want to do stand-up before you did it? And what was like the last, like, fuck it, I'll do it moment?
So Vaughn would have died March 2020. At that point, I had done my live show.
Yeah.
And I had gotten a tickle of the stage tickle.
You got
Is that
Yeah.
a weird word choice?
Ooh,
I had
yeah.
got a taste of what it's like to be on stage, talking and getting.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Okay, yeah. That
I
is
was
what-
nervous as fuck. And that's why I brought Robbie with me. Robbie was on stage with me.
Yeah, if you're ever nervous, bring Robbie Vino around. He'll make you think other things.
But like Vaughn had talked to me January of that year being like, I don't think you're ready. Like, I think you have stuff to heal from before you can make jokes about like he was
Says Vaughn. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're still recording. Recording over there too.
Did you get an error?
No, you're hover parenting. Microsoft wanted an update, and I didn't like it hanging out, so I figured it out. Let your baby bird take flight, okay? I'm doing great.
Vaughn implied, like, there's a great clip of him saying, like, he didn't think I'd be ready to do it. And I took his advice.
Overbearing parent.
I took his advice super personally, and like I held it very close. So I hadn't thought about doing it. But then summer 2020, I started. I think it was like I was just alone so much that I was thinking of jokes. I had written jokes in my phone years before that.
Classic.
It was in a note called. It just said stand up.
Yeah.
And I did an episode of the podcast a long time ago, like BV, before video.
Ooh, okay. First acronym of the
where
night.
it was
Write that
called-
down, folks.
BV.
BB.
Where I read the notes in my phone and I came across the note and there was stuff in there that I still do. So like, I think I was always thinking about it, but summer 2020, just being bored, like zooming with comics all the time, still doing episodes remotely.
Yeah.
I was just like, and also it was like, we thought the world was ending then.
Yeah.
So I was
There's
like,
gonna definitely
why
be different.
not?
Yeah. Legitimately,
Why
like,
not?
there is a reality where it would have been the last chance you would have had to get on stage.
Right? But
Yeah.
it was a strange time to start because I started end of July 2020. So things had started opening up. And then like, Halifax was just like flooded with mics. Like we had District 5, we had Daily Grind.
Yeah.
Like all the mics just came back like full force. I was telling Sarah, it was truly such a great time in comedy.
It was a fucking bad time to be in PEI watching that shit. I'll tell you that right now. Because like I was also super busy. Like I had a bunch of paid shows and was like doing well that summer. But like watching everybody like hanging out and like watching the Daily Grind be like packed and all these cool shows. I'm like, oh god.
But then it reversed because we locked back down again and you guys had it good.
Oh yeah, I did.
So we both had the FOMO.
It worked. It all works out in the end.
Yeah.
All right.
But I had reservations about starting because I was like, I felt an added pressure because I was like the comedy podcast girl that like, I think that I had thought people are gonna put like what am I trying to say? They're gonna assume that I'm gonna be really good.
Yeah.
When I'm probably gonna suck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, totally.
So I felt
yeah.
that added pressure.
Yeah.
I still kind of feel that.
It's got to be super shitty, especially because like if you're going in without any expectations, it doesn't matter if you suck. You know what I mean? Like you're expected to suck and you do suck. And you're like, all right, so everything's par for the course. But everyone's like, you're gonna do good.
The irony there is that no one knows better than comics that everybody sucks at first.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
But I understand that feeling of pressure.
It was, and Vaughn had said, you've been kicking around the scene too much to be bad.
I do think
So that's what he said. And
Vaughn
so,
wasn't a perfect human being. He was also a piece of shit. Let's that be said. He gets spoken of quite highly on this podcast.
I actually overdid it when I started because I did a whole YouTube series called Sarah Tries Stand Up where
yeah.
I was just like talking, I was analyzing my jokes to fucking shit. Like I
Yeah.
was just like, here's why I'm doing this line at this time because I think that, and I was just like, bitch, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
haven't done this. But like just the new comic energy I have when I
Yeah.
started thinking that I knew so much.
It'll be wild in like 8 years when you look back at those clips. You'll be fucking mortified. But
Yeah,
but
it
like
is.
you're just like you're supposed to go up and like eat shit, and no
are.
one's supposed to see you for 10 years.
Right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to not do well.
Eat shit, cash checks. Even when you get good, still do bad all the time. Yeah.
it's
Mastered that.
Sarah, how long have you been doing stand up?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I started in like 2019 and like hit it really hard for like a year, and then COVID happened and I stopped, and then I did it while we were in lockdown. No, when we came out of lockdown the third time really hard, and now I just haven't done it in a couple months. So
Oh, but yeah.
yeah, like
She's gonna get back up soon though. You're in D5.
oh yeah,
And I'm not.
oh great.
Do you guys not do?
Funny
you guys
story, so
Usually do
Rob-
shows together.
Well, Robbie was like, "Do you want to spot on D5?" And I was like, "I can't this because I'm gonna go see the roast on Thursday." I was like,
Right.
I need to see my friends roast each other. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I was like, I can do the.
I'm one of the 10
17th,
people
though.
who will enjoy this show.
The 17th, the day after your birthday. You're the 16th, or are you
Yeah.
the 17th?
Damn, girl. a lot of ex-girlfriends wouldn't get that right.
But
Look at
then
you
I
go.
realized I'm going to be driving to Maine with Clifton on
Yeah.
the 17th. And so I had volunteered Sarah to come with me. And then I realized I couldn't do it. But she's still booked on the show.
Fuck yeah.
on the
She's never done
17th.
D5 before.
Oh, it's
I might be hosting that night.
it's fun.
Wonderful. Oh, good. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that
me,
St.
Clare
Patrick's Day?
Belford.
Is that the day?
What?
I think it's.
What day is the show? Or is it
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, is it St. Patrick's Day? Oh no.
Oh God.
You're hosting a comedy show on my birthday. See,
Yours is
you
the
remembered
16th.
my birthday.
Yours is the 16th.
Happy
and the
birthday.
day
Your birthday's
after.
your birthday's easy to remember because it was around
No, I'm the
Valentine's.
next week. I'm the 24th.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Death
God
Day.
damn it.
Yeah, Death Day.
But you know what? Let's take a break from the questions. Do you have a drink with you? Great.
I'm not gonna do Red Bull. I'll do White Claw.
You're gonna do White Claw. All right. I've prepared two games. No, let's do trivia. No, let's do this or that first.
shit.
This is like a real quick lightning round. This is just to warm you up for trivia. I want to
How
get your
fast
brain
do I have to
working
respond?
quick as you can.
Okay.
Ready? Smarties or M&Ms?
Smarties.
Reese peanut butter cup or Oreo?
Oreo.
Great answer. Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Tacos or hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Chris Evans or Pete Davidson?
Oh, Chris Evans.
Insta or TikTok?
TikTok.
Trades bro, finance bro.
What was the first one?
Trades bro.
Or finance? Trades, bro.
Frosted tips or puka shell?
What the fuck is that?
What?
Frosted tips or puka shell?
Yeah, I got it.
What's
Necklaces.
puka sh-
Puka shell Netflix. If you were dating someone and they had to always have frosted tips.
You rarely see one without the other, but
I know.
You know what? I'll go with the necklace. Or I'll go with frosted tips.
Oh, wow. A puka shell you can hide. Shania Twain or Nelly Furtado?
Shania Twain.
Piano or guitar?
Guitar.
Dog or cat?
Cat.
Night versus day?
Night.
Breakfast or supper?
Breakfast.
Supper or dinner?
Supper.
She's a supper one.
I say supper all the time. People get so mad at me because I always misspell it in text as super.
Uh-huh. Mhm. We're going in for super. All right.
That was stressful.
We're gonna play a drinking game. I want to ask you trivia. If you get it wrong, I take a drink, or you take a drink. If I get it right,
God, I didn't
you take a drink.
prepare, and you prepared.
yeah, we'll take one. Blueberry?
I know. I got White Claw.
Do you have enough?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I should hope so.
All right. Some of these are easier. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what your level
If
is.
it's anything with math, I'm gonna be screwed.
No, there's no. It's all intoxicated stuff.
Okay.
There's no general trivia. It's fine. Unless I get fucked, then I'll.
Sarah, are you stressed right now? You look stressed.
A little stressed.
You're doing fine. You look great. I'm looking at the camera right now. All right. What anniversary was the live show?
Third.
All right. Yeah. Your very first TikTok using audio of what comedian?
Kathleen McGee.
God damn it.
Love this. I really know myself.
Yeah. That's what I'm learning right now. How many episodes of Podmas were there?
25.
nah,
good.
All right.
it's lowballing
I'm just gonna drink anyway.
In Greek mythology, who is Daedalus' son?
I don't fucking know.
Icarus. Take a drink. There you
for
go.
Dan.
Fuck you. That's what I call that.
Not Robbie Vino.
No, he is Greek. All right, Intoxicated. Do you know what the review, the star rating is on it?
4.8.
You're goddamn right it is. Do you know how many reviews there are?
Oh god, I actually don't know.
That's a
Oh
drink.
wait, can I do a ballpark?
You can guess. You can 100% guess.
Is it under 10?
No.
It's over 10?
Yeah.
I underestimate myself a lot.
She's being coy, everyone.
She knows herself, and when she doesn't,
Yeah.
she guesses.
She knows
worse.
the exact star rating, but she doesn't know how many reviews.
Let's do 13.
No, 44.
God, no!
Take a
Oh,
drink.
you said ratings, not reviews.
Reviews. Oh,
Reviews
sorry.
are different.
Okay, both take a drink.
Because rating is like just the star, not the actual review.
Okay, so there's 44 reviews.
Can you see how many?
How many are 5-star?
All of them except the one that brought me down, and it's because he said, and I quote, not my fave, but it's okay.
No,
He said,
wrong,
moves
wrong,
kind of slow.
wrong.
Moves kind of
No.
slow. Background noise. Something but background.
Okay for background, moves
Okay
a little
for background
slow.
noise.
Take a drink.
I need to put that on a
That's
t-shirt.
offensive.
Also, what kind of psycho would do that? I don't know.
That is actually a great T-shirt.
That is great.
Right? Intoxicated. Okay for background
moves a
noise.
little slow.
That's
And
what
it'd be-
my
it'd be great.
boss.
Okay for background in the front, moves a little slow in the back, just to let know Daddy's a mosier.
My boss's podcast named Politics Are Boring
Yeah?
does the same thing with their bad reviews, and one of their t-shirts just says just bad and dumb,
Perfect.
which is also a great t-shirt.
All right.
I want that.
Next question. What show did you offer to be on the street team for?
What show? Podcast?
TV show.
Did I
5.
offer to be on the street team for?
Your exact words.
What? TV show?
You said you don't know if they have a street team, but
Mr.
you
Robot?
Yes, exactly. All right. Well done.
Fucking saved myself there. I was thinking like, because one time I tried to apply to a radio station on the street team, Live 105.
How'd that go?
Didn't get it.
All right. Next part of
Not
the
hot
trivia.
enough.
I'm going to name the episode.
Oh, fuck me. I gotta name the title.
You name the guest.
Are you doing an episode number?
I'll give you the episode number
And-
and the title for the first couple, unless you get them right, and then I'll give you nothing.
Oh, you're giving me number and title, and I have to guess the guest?
Yeah.
This will be easy. Be harder the other way around.
All right.
But let's try it.
All right. Let's do one way, and if you get it right away, then we'll see it. God, maybe I made this way too easy. Yeah, I drank way more than I thought I would.
This is so fun. This is truly genius.
In Greek mythology, who's Zeus's wife?
Zeus and is it Aphrodite?
No, that's
Athena?
his daughter. You're disgusting. Take a drink.
Athena? Is Athena
No,
someone?
Athena's his daughter.
Oh,
was
fuck
born
I
me.
thought it was
Red.
Athena. Yeah.
Who is it?
Hera.
Hera?
Hera.
Rhymes with Sarah.
Yep. Hera.
G-R-A.
She's some mean. I'll tell you that. All right. So
Okay.
you think it's harder if I give you the
Well,
guest and you tell me the episode and the name?
We can do either one.
All right. Let's start with this one. Episode 68. Breaking the Internet.
Harper McCormick.
God damn it. All right.
Amazing. That was amazing.
This
Dan,
next-
I can drive home.
Yeah, I'm going to have to at this point.
Sarah.
I fucking love this.
Okay.
still drinking
these
from
are
it.
easy ones to get, so I'll just run through them again. Episode 109. Who was on?
Oh, you're not giving me anything other than
Not anymore. Not until I know how good you are. I thought these would be tricky, so I made them easy, and now I'm like, I
Well,
don't
now
think
this
to
is
it.
hard. If it's just number, episode 100 would have been the 15-hour live stream.
Where we
was
met.
on- Who was on around then? I would have started. That was when I first started doing video. So it
All right,
would've
I'll give you the title of the episode. Is that too much? Yeah, well, I guess. Yeah, it's,
been- I want to challenge myself.
or I can give you the guess and
T
you have to tell me the
Johnny,
name.
Ruth, T Johnny. That's 2. Okay, so 103. Yeah, give me something else.
Do you want the title or do you want the guest and you have to guess
Title.
the other one? Episode 109, I don't read the comments.
Oh, Vaughn.
All right, okay.
Andrew Vaughn.
All right.
This is really touching.
Wait, that's crazy. That was then? 109?
Yeah, that's according to Spotify. All right, you had the Hoban boys on, Martin Edwards and Vince Hoban.
Twice.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, I wrote it down once. What was the name of the episode? The one that I would write down.
Oh, fuck. Why don't... What was their episode name?
It was episode 152.
Comedy Corner?
I'll give you
That was
more
one
guess
of
'cause
them?
There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them, so I'll give you 2 guesses.
Oh, my God. I am
Think
actually
about
I am actually blanking on this.
think about Martin after 6 beers. What he talks about.
Titty Talk.
Titty talk is right.
That was such a fun... When he talked about getting hacked by Joel Plaskett, one of my favorite, moments on the show.
Getting hacked
He,
by Joel
he
Plaskett?
told a story about how he got a message from Joel Plaskett, and it was like a bot or someone hacking him. But it was just Joel Plaskett writing, "Hi, how are you?" And Martin thought he was gonna get a show.
Aw.
Yeah,
It was
oh, yeah.
hysterical. I fucking love it.
All right.
Does Martin particularly love to talk about titties?
Yes.
I have not had the pleasure.
No, I think
Actually,
he
fun
just likes
fact,
talking about silly stuff. But what was the thing
I-
that Vaughn used to do?
I
The
remember
titty sucking boys or whatever. They're
titties. I remember Vaughn had told me that the titty sucking boys, which I believe was him, Martin, and Daniel Allen, right?
Yeah, but Martin would be under the demeanor of Petey Boy.
Petey boy.
Yeah.
I was told that they were ranking boobs of people they knew, and that
Yeah.
I was up there.
Good for you.
Eh.
Good for you. All right.
Yeah.
Ah, God, I can't. I am wildly impressed with how how well you've done with this. This last
I'm
one
too,
is,
actually.
yeah. All right, so let's do it. I feel like this is the hardest way. Episode A Good Bud.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
what
the
episode?
number?
Yeah, what number?
Oh, fuck me.
I've been on the show a lot lately, so
A Good Bud would have been your last solo one, so before Claire.
you don't know what solo means.
Your most recent solo one.
I'll give you 5 seconds. I've only done one solo one.
I don't fucking...
Famous.
So this is... Remember when we were talking about like the relaunch and like the order of guests, and I did so bad at it? This is what I mean. I remember all who's been on, but I don't remember the order, so I have no fucking idea. I'll drink to that.
213. All right, and this is an easy question. Or do you want to keep doing this one?
No, I like it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, here's a question. Name everyone in the Banana Boys.
Oh, Kyle Barnett, Chris Halef,
Yeah.
Albert Coombs.
All right. I love it.
What are the Banana Boys?
Damn. It's just they're them being goofy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Them fucking goofs. Bye.
So that was the most off the rail episode I've ever done. Was with those three.
Episode 173, Friendly Accosting. 2 guests.
Tal Jewel and Vicky Welch.
God damn, you're good at this. Let's go through randomly here.
I think we could, let's switch it. Do guest, and I need to figure out the title.
Episode 138, Adrian Gabrielle.
This definitely is harder.
Yeah, well, it is.
That's why you're the host.
What the fuck was it called?
Usually.
Oh my god.
Not tonight, baby.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What did we talk about?
This version is harder. I wonder if it makes worse podcasting, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sarah and I can fill the air while she figures it
Yeah,
out.
why don't you guys talk?
I don't.
What's up?
Oh, I'm still reeling from Sarah not choosing me to be the third girls club.
Oh my god.
That's okay, Claire.
So
you're
sorry,
chosen.
Claire.
You're chosen in
No,
my
stop.
heart.
You
so
gotta
that's all that
focus. You
matters.
gotta
You know what
focus.
I think? No, honestly, though.
You're going to start the women's club, and it's going to be way more successful.
Okay, this
You
is
and Adrian
even
and
our
Kirsten?
success-
You
Done.
won't take this as real, but I mean this when I say this.
Just-
I do think I still assume you don't live here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you've been here enough.
I actually think that I think the same thing.
I would love to podcast with you. though. Let's do a podcast.
Okay.
Listen,
Am
all
I
about
still
podcasting.
invited? Or
I was honestly, yeah. I was honestly
Sarah,
hesitant-
not now.
I don't know the name. I don't remember the name.
We're exhausted. Go back to the conversation. Yeah.
Fuck, it was we're exhausted.
I was honestly hesitant to come tonight because I'm like, I'm not really a Halifax comic. Like, this is a Halifax comedy.
What are you talking? Well, we got to do a solo episode sometime.
Yeah, we do. I
Because you've never done solo.
never done solo.
That'll happen.
Talk to Claire. I love doing it. I do it all the time.
We'll do it in the spring when it's nice
to
and
Claire.
it's not as hot,
great.
like it's nice out.
Yeah. Okay.
I do it
Yeah.
all the time.
Let's do it when it's nice out and then sit in the
Well,
darkened
cuter
room.
outfits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
Clare
wore my
Belford.
favorite t-shirt.
Sorry to interrupt you.
pants, man.
Clare Belford, Heather McDonald, episode 114.
That was the group one.
Fun
it
name.
It was. Oh my god! Was avocados in the title? No,
No,
that
but
was
it is a vegetable and fruit kind of vibe.
I don't have any idea personally.
No?
Fuck me!
It's a type of drink.
Tomatoes.
Can you give me a
Tomato.
hint? Can I get a
It's
hint?
a type of drink.
Type of drink. Caesars and comedy.
Boom. And oh my god, you are good at this.
Caesars and
This is
Comedy was the
wild.
title of ours.
Yeah, Caesars and comedy.
That was the best thing we got out of the episode.
I know. You know what? Sometimes
Just the
titles
drink.
are very hard to come up with.
Yeah.
You do good though. These are
yeah.
great.
If-
Every other title I've heard has been like a
And
million
it's
times
nothing
better
against the
than-
episode, but like the title usually
Sorry, I'm
needs
still
to come
better.
to me in the episode.
All right, so Sonny Dollywalls, episode 1111 or 111. What was his name?
My God.
Feel free to talk again.
Oh.
Wow. Our co-host.
wow.
Over here.
So,
Sonny Dollywall.
how
Shout out.
Do you remember?
was
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
weather
Shout out was in
out
it.
And
now?
Shout outs and. Is it also another S word?
yep, it is.
Rainy.
You got it.
Shout outs and.
I agree.
Can you give me.
Not jokes, but
Good talk, Claire. Good
There's been some missed
longer than jokes.
There's
There,
been some wind.
what the fuck?
stories.
they're not. Yes.
Shout outs and.
Shout out
Okay,
to
so I
stories.
kind of
Sonny
have got that
Dollywall.
one.
Yeah, Sonny's great, man. Love that guy.
That was
All right.
so fun.
That was the trivia section
That
of
was
the show.
stressful.
You did extremely good. I don't know why, but I just assumed that you wouldn't know any of them just like with so many of them.
It's doing it for so long, right? Like
I guess, but even to retain that much information, like I forget jokes I did last week.
But I
spend
suck at
hours on
retaining
an episode,
jokes.
right?
Was that?
You spend hours on an episode,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
Like,
guess, yeah.
I spend like 5 minutes on my stand-up. That's why I get up there and I go, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to talk.
I do love that joke though.
I got
The
great
blah blah blah.
tits.
It's like, that should be a closer.
Ask Merton.
Speaking of comedy, terrible comedy question, but a good one.
Oh, I like
I think
this.
one we all have to ask ourselves. What's your comedy goal? I put 1 year versus 5 years. Like, what do you want by this time next year? Because it's going to be a wild time for comedy if these restrictions lift and stay lifted, which they won't.
Stay lifted.
So this is like wildly like probably like undershooting myself. Maybe
Yeah.
like close out an open mic.
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay.
that's a terrible goal.
Yeah.
No.
That's going to happen this
But-
year.
Yeah, that is
But
not
here's-
accepted by the crowd. Pick
here's-
another one. You take a drink, you're wrong. Take a drink, you're wrong. Trivia's still going. Stupid thing to say, Sarah.
Maybe a split middle at Yucks.
There you go. Totally, yeah.
Full middle. In 5 years?
Oh,
No,
5
no,
years.
1 year.
1 year.
1 year. Oh,
So
okay.
1 year it'll be
Claire,
because
have a
I'm
little
coming
faith
up.
in her.
I'll be 2 years in July.
Yeah.
So at that point, I would say split middle, maybe not full middle.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hardly rocking the guest spots. As my second guest spot at Yucks was horrible. First one wasn't too bad. You were there.
What happened in the
I was
second
here for
one?
both, and they were both fine,
Yeah?
just different. It wasn't like your second guest spot. It was different because it was like a Christmas party setting.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
that's not. Yeah,
so
that's
like
not
I don't
comedy.
think it counts because you still did good, and my mom said you did good, and she
That's a
like
monkey
doesn't.
dance.
I mean, she loves comedy,
Oh,
but she doesn't say like,
Yeah.
you know, she doesn't
Yeah.
give people compliments all
No.
the time. So,
So like,
Corporate comedy's not even comedy. Christmas party's not.
can I
you know
also
what I mean?
note that presently, how I feel about comedy isn't fabulous. And lately I've been saying I want to just be a sometimes comic
Fair.
because I do want to focus on podcasting.
100%. Yeah.
And I'm like, there's only so many, like work, podcasting, stand up is my life.
Yeah.
But I do still want to work at it and get to the point where I could do a split middle.
yeah.
5 years? 5 years, that'd be like, how long in do you do an EP?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
When you feel like
What
you have
want?
I
Yeah.
would want to do that, I think.
I don't know. As long as
If
you
I
have,
had like a
couple minutes you wanna
collection of
record.
things that like, maybe not a full album. I don't really know what the difference is between an EP and an
I don't know
Length.
if there is anymore.
length, maybe.
But like even like I don't know like
girth.
yeah girth. I got a tuna can of an album coming out here. You're like, "Oh, it ain't long, baby,
Real
but
chode.
it's thick. No, I don't think there's any like the whole like. When I recorded like 45 minutes, and I don't think I'll ever record 45 minutes again. I think I'm just gonna do 30 minutes every time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quality
mark
over
the bonus.
quantity.
Just for like the audience and like how much I want to produce versus like put out, I think like 30 minutes is real
Totally.
tight.
And how long you stay excited about the jokes. Like
100%.
right? If you can record a
Yeah.
shorter album, but you can like still have that love for the jokes you're recording.
Yeah. It's different
So
if you're
true.
a national touring headliner or something like that and like you need like an hour to put out or like to like make people's money's worth in the theater, but I feel like you're just fucking people are not ours. Like fuck.
Just having a great time talking to Dan's forehead here.
Hey, there's a lot of it to
A
talk
lot of
to.
eyebrows. Yeah.
I want to get to a point where I can throw things up on that screen and move this, but we'll figure it out as we
5
go.
years.
5 years.
5 years, we're
Studio
gonna get that
goals are
whole
way
thing.
more detailed.
Oh, what's your okay, let's flip that.
Studio
Podcast goals. 6-year anniversary.
6-year anniversary.
First
I wanna
year
be an
your
achie-
10-year anniversary.
Well,
Fun. Good job, Dan.
Even well, those would be two things. So like 6-year would be
I know.
I want to be in a 2-bedroom with my own,
Fuck yeah.
the one room being a studio, and it's not in my living room.
Yeah.
Guess
taking over
what?
my
It turns out
life.
you only need to make $90,000 a year.
Oh, easy.
As far as the Globe and Mail says, if you want to stay in Halifax.
Easy, great. My own like space, and I want it to be like I want it to be a really cool studio. I want it to be like maybe not at tables, but like chairs and like holding the mic, maybe, and like
Yeah.
maybe like I would just want to make it look really nice because I would have the space to do that. And DSLR cameras. No more.
Is that
webcams.
is that 1 year or 5 years?
Hopefully 1 year,
All right, mama shoots. I love that about mama. 5 year.
but they're pricey.
Fuck yeah, they are.
And I would want multicam, probably 3 shots, long shot,
Yeah.
guest, host. And the tube mics, the Shure's, the fancy.
How much are those?
They are like $500.
Yeah. Well, another GoFundMe.
Or
Yeah.
Why
or
not-
you
why
could
not?
rent. You could. Rent
You
that
can-
space out to other podcasters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like long-term goals for sure. Like
Is
running,
that part of 5 year?
maybe like I would love to like run a studio for comedians. That would be fucking amazing. Like be a producer at like a little comedy network where I could do my own show, but also like have podcasters come in and record. And
The
like
Tom Segura method.
I would get to edit it
Yeah.
and like package it for them and put it out. Because then
Yeah, totally.
that's why like
You take 10 to 15% of like commercial sales or whatever?
yeah, I would. That's my dream job.
Well, keep talking. Might get the, what's my podcast name, Claire?
Slandatory
My
with-
Slandatory podcast.
With Dandatory Hendricken.
That's a great name.
Thanks.
Would you want to
Dandatory
co-host or do it
Hendricken.
alone?
I don't know.
Don't do a guest format. It's exhausting.
I don't want to do a guest. I don't respect enough people.
You do a show with a co-host, but you can bring guests on when you want.
Maybe a good way. Me and the kid want to start something.
You
I don't-
gotta
we
do
just,
something.
We just haven't. And then I wouldn't mind doing something with Chris Left just because I like the way his brain works. But I've been talking about that for like 3 months. All right.
His brain.
I don't know. I think he's a smart guy.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
It's not funny. I'll tell you that. Keep making them racist jokes, brown fella. See how that works out for you. I think it's about time we do a segment.
Oh shit!
We're 1 hour in.
Oh my god!
I'm wondering, what's your rant?
Oh shit!
Do you have a rant?
I have a couple.
Oh, you have a couple.
These would be micro rants.
Also, me and Claire were talking about assumptions. You got any assumptions?
I didn't get
didn't
one
think of
going,
anything?
no.
I feel like if you guys have assumptions about me at this point and don't know the truth,
It's tricky because I know you so good.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm very open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we were saying.
So-
So, we were like, God, it's really hard to make an assumption about somebody that lives.
So openly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, this has been a discussion over the last couple of days, and two creative people have got nothing.
Yeah, that's actually good. I've done my job.
My last one was I thought
Or I don't have boundaries. Either
I thought
one.
you. Oh, I think it's a little column A, a little column B, boo. But my last one that I had that I was confident in is like I think you like Burger King, but you don't.
I do now.
You do now.
So now that it's at Mumford Walmart, I've tried it. Their chicken nuggets.
Are they better than McDonald's chicken
No.
nuggets? Okay,
But they're
so-
more cost effective.
Yeah, they're like $2.99 for 10?
Eight?
Eight?
Is it 8 or 10?
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a couple extra.
Although I haven't tried the dill pickle yet. Nuggets.
Dill pickle
They're
what?
so
Nuggets.
good.
There's dill
that
pickle
mean?
nuggets?
10 out of 10.
Are the
What are
nuggets dill pickle or the sauce dill pickle?
It's like, I think the batter is like they have the dill pickle like powder in it. You know, they put on popcorn.
The dill pickle powder?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
There's only one.
Wild.
All right.
It's,
enough
they're
chicken
so
nugget.
good.
Chicken nugget. Enough chicken
Yeah, we're gonna
nugget.
have to bleep that.
Chicken nugget chicken?
Yeah.
The chicken nugget
wildly-
chick?
The
think
YouTube
it's like
transcript
Joe
is
This is
going
gonna
to
be
be over
got
that.
canceled.
This is gonna be a
Chicken
Rogan
nugget.
compilation in 5 years.
Yeah. This is the reason my comedy career doesn't work. My chicken nugget tick.
Rants, right? Or are we doing something?
Well, if Mama's Prime, go ahead.
Number one rant.
Wow. Give me one rant at a time.
Okay. Slow walkers. What are we doing?
All right. Love it. Let's go.
So, okay. I fucking hate slow walkers. I don't care where you are, grocery store, street, like anywhere. What are you doing? Enjoying the moment? We're all gonna
Yes.
Wrap it up.
We're gonna. No, here's my thing. I don't mind a slow walker who's aware of their surroundings
Oh yeah.
and will move out of my way. Because I walk with purpose and I don't waste time. So I am a fast. Have you ever seen me in the wild?
In the
Maybe
wild.
not. No, I don't
Like
know.
like run into me like like when you run into
I
someone
don't know
like
if we ever bumped into each other.
so like frequently people will say I was waving at you and you just sped by me. Like I have the headphones
I do love
in.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the headphones in. I'm like I'm focused on where I'm going. Grocery store. I will browse aisles at a grocery store, but only if no one's around me.
But
I saw you in Walmart the other day, and I was like, I'll just
What?
leave
You
her
saw me at
alone.
Walmart?
not worth
Yeah,
talking.
and I was like, you know what? She's doing her thing.
let Mama
What
be.
the fuck? God damn. Well, Walmart's like my number one place that I go. I'm home there.
What do you like about Walmart?
It's like right there.
I know, but you like it because it's close?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? I guess it is kind
You
of
are
nice.
pretty
You
much
are
alone
like
there.
cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. Walmart is, I hate to say it, underrated. Like-
You can get most things there.
Everyone's horny for IKEA furniture. I feel like Walmart furniture is just as good a lot of the times, and it's got everything. I don't like grocery shop at Walmart by any means.
certain things aren't great, and they don't have certain things in their grocery section.
Yeah,
But like great, like chicken is super cheap at Walmart.
yeah, it is. Wild. It's always got one piece that's real chewy though. I find buying Walmart chicken, you gotta chew a little bit more.
Great thing about Walmart too, you can camp overnight in their parking lot.
You
That's
can,
true.
and they do.
I'm
So
a gypsy.
we have
Yeah,
we
they
have
do.
a shortcut that cuts
we
through the
do.
train tracks and gets us to Walmart in like 3 minutes.
When you
And
say we, who are you talking about?
me and Sarah, because we live in the
Me?
same complex.
Okay.
And there's always like campers. I'm always kind of sketched out because I'm like, are they going to rape me?
No, they're fine. They're
Yeah.
just hanging out.
They're
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm just scared of people.
Sleepers don't rape.
But yeah, I don't like slow walkers. I get annoyed. I will act like I'm on a highway and I will like pass.
Yeah.
I will go into the passing lane, and as I'm doing it, I think I'm better than you.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I'll tell you what's something you don't run into though as a woman late at night. I'm also a fast walker. I hate getting stuck behind a lady who's a slower walker than me, and most are because I'm a
He's
large
got a lot
man.
of leg.
I got a lot of leg, and it's very difficult to get around without being threatening. So I often cross the street.
Good.
Go far
That
up
is
the side.
proper. Or
Yeah.
you hang back a bit, maybe stop, check your phone.
No, not
That
doing that.
that could read as
Oh,
following.
Yeah.
that could be
more
creepy
so,
too.
yeah.
I
It
used,
is a strange thing.
I used to have a
navigate.
joke that like did okay sometimes where I would talk about being a fast walker at night with women, and as I got close, I would pretend to pick up the phone and I would do a very effeminate gay man voice. And the punchline was that gay men are great. Guess what they don't do? Rape women.
They don't.
And then the great tag on top of that was you just went from a possible sexual assaulter to a quirky bridesmaid's choice.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's-
this podcast is about how funny I think I am.
I will say, yeah, it is a strange thing.
It's tricky. It's super
When someone's
hard.
falling behind you and it's like a certain distance where you're like,
It's a little dance. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't run to as much now because 99% of my walks I'm with my dog. And like,
Yeah.
That's better.
if anybody is like, I'm going to mug this guy and I have like essentially a liability on a leash, good fucking luck, buddy.
Yes. And also, as a people pleaser that I am, I feel I will constantly be looking back.
Yeah.
Because I'm very aware of my surroundings at all times. Anxiety. And I feel bad for looking back because I go, I don't want them to think that I think that they're suspicious, even though I do.
Yeah. What's your vibe like in Halifax? Like in certain parts of town, will you listen to music while you walk around? Or
Not
are
in
you
the
like,
North End.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Okay.
I know North End is cleaned up a bit, but like where I work, Gottingen
There's
Street,
remnants. There's remnants.
Like, I mean, I've gotten yelled at a lot by scary men.
Yeah, I was at the local the other day and we watched a man smoke crack at his table.
Yeah.
That area is a bit,
That is like
the
that
side
is like-
streets,
yeah.
and probably where you guys are is probably
We were-
not as bad.
Oh no, we're very very residential.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
we're
definitely
deep
parts
north.
where gentrification is like set a hard nope, and it's like it's still doing its thing,
Like-
which is like nobody should be kicked out of anywhere where they live. But like it's wild to see the contrast. I'd say.
It is weird. And like where I am now, like Sarah and I go for walks all the time in our neighborhood. We rarely even see people out walking. Like
Yeah.
it
great.
feels very safe. But yeah, I would say like if I'm working late or if I'm like doing like foggy goggle or something, yeah, or walking down Gottingen to North Street to get the bus.
Yeah.
It's a fast walk. I'm
You're scooting around. Yeah.
I love
walking a bit
walking down
fast.
Gottingen. Like coming from Toronto, I'm like, I'm home.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Somebody's yelling at me.
Yeah, right?
I feel alive.
There was like a guy with a stick once who yelled at me, and it really put a pep in my
Me
step.
too. He yelled at me too.
Kinda
He
sticks.
told me that I'm going to hell. And I was
See,
like,
the last
"That's
time I was
bad."
walking down Gottingen, this guy was like yelling across the street, was like, hey, you having a nice day?
Oh, that's nice. My friend Vanessa lives near where I work, and the same yelly guy, and you'll probably know him. He's like a famous homeless guy, famous in the sense of like he's
Yeah,
well known.
well-known.
Dan, you probably know him.
he used to be on the Chelsea Handler show.
But he's always either like really agitated or just like really out of it.
Is he a
But when
shorter guy? He's got like hair on the sides, a little baldy on top.
No, blonde hair.
Blonde hair. Okay.
Younger.
Okay, I do know.
Always
who you're
cracked out.
I do know who you're talking about.
Vanessa was
Vanessa
telling me that like one time, like it was like broad daylight, middle of the afternoon, and Dee Dee's ice cream has like a nice little bench outside, and there was a family just like eating ice cream. I was like Dee Dee's, and he just came up and was like screaming at them.
Yeah.
And she was just like from afar. It was a little funny to watch because the family was just like,
Yeah.
"What the hell?" They weren't used to it, right?
Oh yeah, and who fucking would be? All
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you for your rant. You mentioned
There's more.
rant number
There's more
one.
rants,
You got two.
yeah.
What's your energy level like? You want to do 2 in a row?
I'll try to do them quick.
Fuck yeah. No, don't do quick. It's your own podcast.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm panicking as
take
the
your
host
time.
because it's
All right.
only an hour
Brains
10.
away.
We got 4 hours to go.
Okay, potlucks.
Claire, can I get another drink?
Another drink?
Yeah. And
Oh, can I get one too?
Yeah,
White
for
Claw?
sure.
White Claw?
Watermelon.
I'm gonna
Water.
get some water.
Both on the shelf.
Sarah,
In
you
the
want
fridge.
something? I'm taking orders.
sorry, Claire, I can't stop hosting this podcast because of your gender roles.
See, right? It's hard.
But also
Multitasking.
be fast.
You have
Be
to
fast.
host and then make sure that the guest is comfortable and
This is-
not ruin the flow.
All right, that's fine. Let's do rant number 2.
Potlucks.
Okay, can I, before you start your second, I forgot to ask you a question with slow walk. Is there ever a moment where you slow walk? Do you ever mosey?
Literally no.
What about like down by the harbor or like strolling?
No.
Like just a cutesy stroll?
What are we doing?
I love going for cutesy strolls.
Death is upon us.
I know death is upon us, but sometimes you just got to go for a
I
little
think
walk
it's the
down by the harbor.
workaholic in me. I'm always just like, I need to get to the thing. I need to do the thing. There's stuff I have to do.
You need like a
So I
hippie
need-
boyfriend.
I need to get there. I think I do.
Yeah.
Or like to like go on a silent retreat.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just really loved how you were saying like friends will see you out and be like, I tried to talk to you, but I couldn't because you were like
zone.
so in the zone. But then you were like, I'm always aware of my surroundings and I'm always looking
I am,
back.
but that's
and
the
so
thing.
your friends are seeing you. They're like, I saw you, but you were so busy like keeping an eye on the man behind you.
So I would say that I'm aware of my surroundings and that because of the area that I work, I've walked all the places so much. I
Yeah.
can swerve through people. I'm very aware of cars.
Good for you.
So anyone who's ever with me, Sarah has always
You're
I-
overly aware. of cars.
overly aware. I'm terrified of cars. I don't like them.
So you should be. They're terrifying. It's wild there isn't more people killed by cars
Right?
walking on the side of the street. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
It's definitely something I like. If like growing up in the country and then like being in the country again and then being back in the city, I'm like, anybody texting here could fucking take me out the legs. Because everybody's texting. All right, let's do rant number 2, potlucks.
Potlucks.
Also something I'm pro not being a slow walker. Potlucks. You're gonna have to convince me.
All right, here we go. So I don't.
I love everybody bringing
This
a
is
dish.
why I don't like potlucks.
Because you can't cook probably.
If let's say the group of people all work jobs, but some.
All right, so they're not comedians.
So I just feel like inviting someone who's like doesn't normally cook or entertain, it's adding a pressure to them to like be
Roles.
up to a certain standard.
Yep.
I have gone to potlucks where the atmosphere has been, I would say, fancier. Like I went to potluck and Kirsten Finch made what
That
was
bitch.
it? Eggs and no, Adrian made this. It was eggs and purgatory, which is a fancy egg dish. All right.
Eggs in purgatory. You mean
Pardon
eggs and
me?
pierogies?
No, it's an actual thing.
mean
It's like
eggs and, like,
tomato
duck pate?
You like fry the egg in
Is
like
that what it
tomato
is?
sauce.
Eggs in purgatory sounds like they're like
Sounds like my eggs.
they're not quite hatched yet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like unbaptized eggs, which they all are, I guess. I don't know.
I thought eggs and tomato sauce was something else.
Egg in purgatory?
No, that's not the word I'm looking for.
Point is,
Enchiladas?
go back to your
Okay,
point. Stop
sorry,
calling
go
out Adrian. She's
Everyone
a lovely
is-
person, great comic.
Everyone is different in what they can cook.
Yeah.
Also their time. I'm someone who like I'm off at 5. I'm usually not home until 6:40. If the start time is 7, I don't have a lot of time to like make something and get to where you're
Yeah,
going.
totally.
So I don't like the expectations of potlucks. I think if it's like like a trashy potluck, I'm all for that.
Yeah. But you know what? Trashy potluck. Sorry, keep ranting.
No, I want to know what you're saying.
I think there's always room for people to thrive in a potluck or pull back.
Bring some
For-
Doritos.
Bring some Doritos. Bring like Domino's.
Yeah,
bring,
that's me always,
Bring
though. I'm-
rolls. There's so many different
Or like
hits
a
because
veggie
like
tray.
you're gonna
That's what
have
veggie
people
trays
who
are
are
for,
really
for
good cooks
potlucks.
or thoughtful that are gonna make a really great dish, and that's awesome. But a lot of times I've gone to a couple potlucks where I put effort into a dish and no one ate it, and I was like, whatever, more for daddy. And then daddy brings it home. I've eaten so much potato salad that specifically I would like, and I had an excuse to make it. But I feel like you're also super good doing like Domino's. Because
But
guess
that's
what?
me.
That's going to be the most popular thing by a country mile because no one gives a shit about your eggs in purgatory.
I'm the like I'll bring crackers and cheese. I'll bring
Perfect.
But like I think it's because the people who I've had potlucks with do go the extra mile and I don't, and then I feel like shit about myself because I have not lived up to this expectation.
So this is more a rant against your friends.
kind
Yeah.
of is right because we used to do a game called Apartment Olympics.
Yeah. Okay. I like this. Is like apartment
And
crawl.
This was a group of friends like from years back who we don't really hang out all the time
Oh,
anymore.
so enough hands on a mall.
He was a host of trivia at Rock Bottom for a bit. Norm.
Oh, the guy you fucked.
No.
Oh.
Fuck me. No.
I just remember one time you mentioned on a podcast
So
that you
the guy I thought
never
took
mind.
over
Keep going.
for Norm when he stopped.
All right.
So, but Norm was my friend. But he would do this thing around the Royal Rumble
Yeah.
in wrestling. So we
yeah,
would go
that Royal Rumble, the one around wrestling.
and play apartment games all day. And there was like bag toss. We did King's Cup. What were the other games we played? We had a costume contest, so you had to come in costume and you had to bring an appetizer.
Norm sounds fun as fuck.
It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
But that was really fun because you could just bring whatever you wanted
Yeah.
and there was no judgment whatsoever.
I don't think
But
there's
the
as much
better-
judgment as you think.
But
there
the
is,
better
though.
the better appetizers won. So at the end of the night we would vote for
Oh,
who
okay.
won.
There is serious judgment then. Never mind.
But it
yeah.
just felt funner. I don't know what it is about adult. I was younger then. Maybe I just feel like I have to like be fancier than I am. I'm trash. I'm true trash. My
You're,
that's
so what? You're from Antigonish. Everybody can get over that.
but like my type. I like food for 5-year-olds. That's my favorite food.
It's kind of the best food though.
Hot dogs, pizza,
Listen, every time
French
my girlfriend's
fries.
sad, I bring her chicken tenders, and
chicken
it's
tenders.
going great. It's going great.
But yeah, that's my potluck rant. I also feel like for
I have
my-
thoughts on this, but I have
Very
to
passionate
attend to the
about
audience real
chicken
quick.
tenders.
Sarah, I know you're taking off in a half hour. Is there anything I can do to help load up this video? I want your,
Oh, right.
I want your help before you leave.
Just being it's in your Facebook, isn't it?
It is my Facebook. Can I just
got
log
you.
on my Facebook here and do
You just log
that?
in, yeah.
Ugh,
I
hate
say
that.
yeah, like it's my computer. It's actually Sarah's computer, but yeah,
So-
totally.
Do you see the Chrome? Mm-hmm. At the bottom, click on the it.
Oh, this will be great podcasting. Watch me take 3 guesses of my Facebook. Oh, I wonder if I can I sign in your account and just send it to you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
that's a lot easier. Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll just pull it
I'll
up.
be in your Instagram message.
It's just a matter of me. I'll just have to put it on one of these monitors and then put the display capture on, which will record it in the.
All right, so I send it to you. Great. All right.
I like potlucks.
I do love potlucks too.
I feel like I thrive in a potluck because you can
You would be the
just-
type to thrive.
you
'cause
can
you're a
just
cool
do
girl.
one dish.
Yeah.
Or one time I brought a bunch of Stewart's sodas, like those glass bottle sodas.
Oh yeah, like the orange cream soda one.
Yeah, just like a little like
Get off
unique
your
little
phone.
drink. You know what I mean?
Scott was
I like
supposed to send a
that.
voicemail.
Fuck him. I have it here.
Okay. Are we playing the video now or are we still on potlucks?
Let's still talk about potlucks.
My last thought is so when I like a lot of people do potlucks for like birthdays and shit. I don't want my friends to work on my birthday. So
Okay.
we're going to a restaurant and you're gonna spend the $20 you would have spent on ingredients and you're gonna sit and have it be served to you. No work.
Yeah.
Mama hates work. We're gonna play a video.
Ooh.
Obviously, we wanted to make this special.
Yeah.
What?
Because you have your. This is a big
Is it just
deal.
porn?
Yeah. No. Just want to stress this is a big deal, and I think a lot of people are really proud of you for doing 5 years of this.
Aw.
So we went ahead and we got you a cameo from somebody
What?
who might not be here right now, but you might be seeing shortly in a few months with.
No. What?
She's running. She's running around the room right now. You might be seeing this person in a few months.
A few months or a few weeks?
few weeks at this point.
Few weeks.
So
Shut up.
very excited. Little shout out from
Shut
someone
up.
you love dearly. All right. Sit down, watch the show. This got me a lot of money, so watch this.
Wait, I can't hear him. Turn up the audio on the video.
On the video?
And also turn the speakers up.
Video's all the way up.
Crank those.
All right, so we got the reaction that you thought it was Whitney Cummings.
Fuck you guys.
Which is essentially all we wanted.
Because she's too busy to do cameos.
Yeah, she's not a cameo. Okay. Buy you a case of White Claws, babe. That's about as far as I can go.
Where did you run to, Sarah?
She's like a black person.
I was just like,
magic.
I'm out. I can't take it.
Hi, Sarah. This is a gift from your friend Dan, who says you are celebrating your 5th anniversary of the Intoxicated Podcast. That's awesome. That's great. It sounds like a very fun podcast. Maybe I can be a guest sometime. It also says you do stand-up comedy in Halifax. That's very cool. I got my start in Halifax. Is Scott McLean still a piece of shit? That's awesome. It also says you're into crystals and witchcraft. All that. I don't really mess with
Moonwater, baby.
devil mess.
Oh, moonwater.
To each their own. But congratulations on all your work, and look at give a big hug to your friend Dan for bringing out the big guns and hiring me to wish you well. I will actually be in Halifax March 4th and 5th at Good Robot. I'll be doing a show there, oddly enough, with another guy named Dan. He's putting on a show there with some great comedians. So come on out, come say hi. Keep up the good work. And
Question mark?
Yeah.
Learn the difference between spring rolls and fresh rolls.
Between spring rolls and what?
Fresh rolls.
So,
You don't know the difference between...
well,
Yeah, we're all good.
I ordered spring rolls and thinking that I would get the fried deliciousness. And it was just vegetables in a thin...
Yeah, it's a spring roll.
It was a fresh, raw garbage.
Yeah.
But I will say Travis, I look up to Travis. His opinion of me matters. I have never
What a
seen...
fool's life you live.
I've never seen him more disappointed in me than when I said that I wasn't a sauce person.
You're not a sauce person?
He said,
Because
did
those
you
come
use
with like
the
a peanut sauce. Yeah.
He's like, did you try it with sauce? And I was like, nah, I'm not a sauce person. And
Was
he
it a
just
peanut
went-
butter sauce?
He just went,
Yeah.
he was so disappointed.
Oh my God. That's wild.
Yeah.
Did you try that peanut butter sauce at any point in your life?
No.
Oh my God. I assume this is a Thai place.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Thai
know.
peanut butter sauce. At a table one time, my mother took my grandmother to a Thai spot and she just said, this peanut butter sauce is so good, you could just drink it. And she's like, oh, you're right. And then my mom turned her head and then my grandma took the entire gravy boat of peanut sauce and drank it all in one go. Cause fuck, she's 80. Yo fucking low.
I mean, like, it's good, but not that good.
Oh, it is.
I don't
don't
feel like it
drink
would
it.
have
I would
made
be
a
like, I'm
difference
gonna
in
drink
like
some
my
peanut
enjoyment of
sauce
the fresh
today.
spring roll. But
Yeah.
Travis seems to think it would have.
You would
would've.
have. You would have.
He was
Yeah.
very disappointed in me.
It would have improved it.
I'm sorry,
100%. It's, oh my
It's
God.
like because it's a salad roll or a fresh roll, and then you dip it in the dressing. Essentially, is how you
Yeah.
gotta think of it.
You know what it was? I was expecting something different. I feel like if I had ordered that knowing what it was, maybe I would have been more open-minded. But I was expecting I just like deep fry.
I just feel
This-
like that's the story of your life.
Yeah.
I was expecting something
Deep fried.
different.
I just love the
You're
longevity.
right.
I'm
I
just
love the
kidding, I love
longevity
you.
of this story too.
I-
This is an ongoing issue.
It's got legs.
I get very worked up about small things.
yeah,
This happens-
This is gonna take a while to get over.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 years
But I
down the
had
road,
so
I
many
can't
people-
believe
Yeah,
I got fresh
Rome wasn't built in a day.
spring-
I had so many people
That was like at
reacting
least 3 days.
to my Instagram story being like, I'm so sorry for you. Like, a lot of people felt for me.
Yeah.
I
It-
love those spring
Oh,
rolls.
I love a fresh
man.
roll. Yeah,
I love fresh rolls too.
because I
But,
like the peanut sauce.
but this happened the other day. Was at a show, like a corporate show or whatever. So they let us have like some of the buffet that like
Oh, nice.
the people had. And when I went up, I was like, oh my God, egg rolls. I fucking love egg rolls.
Yes.
So I got a plate full of egg rolls, right? I loaded up the sweet and sour sauce, ready to dip those fuckers
yeah.
because I love egg rolls. And then as I dipped it in, took a bite, pizza roll.
Oh, not
That I
expected.
just dipped in sweet and sour sauce. And like there needs to be a sign or something to tell me. It was okay, but it was wrong.
Pizza
and
roll on its own would have been great.
I loved it. Loved the pizza roll, but there ain't no dip for pizza roll.
No.
Unless maybe ranch or donair
Or like
sauce.
marinara
Sour
sauce?
cream, maybe?
But marinara sauce is the pizza sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
The pizza roll it comes pre-sauced. It's got
You're
the
not wrong.
sauce.
You're not wrong. Maybe you a saucy bitch, Sarah, and I
I am
here
a
to
saucy
set you
bitch.
in.
Maybe you're an
I
extra
love
sauce.
Sarah's are
yeah,
saucy.
an extra
Always
sauce
have been.
beach.
Saucy Sarah's.
Yeah, you aren't, except you don't like sauces, which you just admitted.
You're like a
Yeah.
non-saucy Sarah.
This is
which
perfect. From now on, instead of producer Sarah, you can say sauce Sarah.
sauce Sarah, not
Saucy
sauce
Sarah,
Sarah.
non-saucy Sarah.
That's a t-shirt right there.
butter-
Who's your favorite Sarah? Is it saucy Sarah or dry Sarah?
I'm more of a saucy Sarah.
Butter chicken,
What about it?
the sauce matters. I like butter chicken sauce.
Well, you have
butter
to.
chicken sauce.
That's the
That is
whole-
butter chicken.
That's the whole thing.
It would just
There's
be
no
chicken,
sauce
man.
in the dish, man.
You get like 3 things of chicken in the butter chicken. That needs to be the ratio. But yeah, that's the only sauce I can get down with.
All right.
I might be wrong, but
No, you are.
Yeah.
No, I just want to clarify. You are wrong.
I know that it's an unpopular thing.
Do you know what? I just had a quick assumption popped in my head, and I think it's too obvious, but you're digging up Euphoria, right?
Oh, absolutely. Look
of
at
course.
the eyeliner.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Character?
No, wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't really know the show. I only know the
All right.
characters.
Bold chance.
Okay.
Guess
is
who hers is and who mine is.
They're
Okay.
all kind of terrible.
I didn't guess yet.
No, they're
Okay.
high school kids. Of course they're terrible. You're a terrible person.
Cassidy.
Okay, no guess. No, Claire's guess.
Oh no, I was going to ask Sarah to guess who my favorite character was, but no. Okay, but
Rue.
just as like a preface, like, are we talking like favorite, like someone you would want to like hang out with, or like your favorite like
You want to hang with any of them?
storyline?
They're fucking
Oh,
16.
interesting.
Because I think like there's a difference
Okay.
between like favorite character and like
I wouldn't want to hang out with any of those people.
no.
What about
But
Zendaya?
no.
What's her character?
She's the last person
Rue.
I want to hang out with, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's bottom of the bottom of
she's
the
a
list.
fucking
I'm not
wild
babysitting.
addict.
I'm not babysitting.
What's the other? Okay.
There's people I would probably like, but I feel like the most compelling character, like my favorite character, is like someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh.
Interesting.
The latest episode swayed me a bit on someone. I won't spoil anything.
Was it on?
I don't know. As long as everyone's seen it, you can spoil
Since
it. I
Sunday?
personally, I don't watch.
I'm never gonna watch it. So
Are y'all caught?
Who did it sway you on?
Are you caught up?
Yeah,
on
I'm caught up.
Sundays? Lexi.
It swayed you on Lexi, so now you
I
don't
didn't like her
her?
so much, but now I love her.
Oh,
Which
I liked her
one's
so
Lexi?
much. Lexi
But-
is Judd Apatow's daughter.
Oh,
She was
Maud.
just kind of like I liked her, but it wasn't like I don't know. I love her. And then when she stepped into the confidence and the boss ass energy, I was like, yes, Lexi, that's the Lexi
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
And that's why Maddie's my favorite character.
I like Maddie a lot too.
Oh, I was gonna say Maddie because
That
I totally knew that was a
Sassy
character.
Probably Aries.
The most
Which one's
compelling Maddie is she like was dating Nate Jacobs.
Oh, she's like the Hispanic one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan
She's my
pretends he
least
doesn't watch the
favorite.
show, but he watches the
I
show.
love
totally
her.
does.
I haven't seen every episode, but I've seen like half of them, and then I've
And-
walked in on the other half.
And all it
like,
takes is like a
watched
quick
the rest of
catch up
them.
and he's back in.
Great.
I think the most compelling character, like my favorite character to watch is Cal, like Eric Dane.
Oh, I fucking love
yeah.
Eric Dane from Grey's
Yeah.
Anatomy.
His, like,
I
little-
watched that guy for like 3 seasons.
Their little
just to
deep
see
dive
him
into
sing.
his
He's a cool
history
guy.
was like
That was good.
Yeah.
that.
Right.
I was weeping.
That was good. The show is I don't know if other people find this triggering sometimes.
Of course.
Yeah, I watched
huge
3
way.
episodes.
Oh
and
my
I was
God,
like,
yeah.
huge way
Like-
to do this.
Like,
Yeah.
like just well, for me, especially Cassie's whole thing, the drunk crying and then vomiting.
Oh, that,
Was
was
me.
crazy.
That was totally me, like in my 20s.
Oh yeah,
A drunk, sloppy,
that was me
emotional
like
mess.
2
Great
weeks
tits.
ago, I think. Yeah. It happens.
that might have to be the episode title.
Great tits. She does. They're always smushed.
Oh my god.
She has incredible tits.
Do you know
Yeah.
what's wild about her? She's like 21, 22. And
Her
her
boyfriend
boyfriend's
is old.
34.
Yeah.
Like,
How
not
the
like not
fuck
saying we're not
is-
old.
who's
We're all young and
shocked?
hip.
Who's who's shocked here?
But it's
I'm
weird.
not.
Yeah.
It's weird that you're like, and he's like a successful restaurateur in New York, but he's dating a girl who's playing a high schooler. And
Yeah.
34 is not old, but it's pretty old to be dating a kid who's passing for a high school kid. Even though no one passes for a high school
But
kid
it's
in
so
that
many
show.
dudes that I know in like their late 30s go for like 24, 25-year-olds.
It's wild.
Y'all like them young.
I have a buddy now who is like freshly single and like he like is dating a PEI and like there's almost no one that's not young that isn't like already married because it's such a small scene and it's like it's a weird vibe talking to a guy who's like actually has a good moral compass. Is like I don't know, she's like 23 and even like we're 29, but I mean it's still one of those things where like we're talking about the biggest 6 years ever.
True.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like,
the most important.
yeah,
The most life forming.
it's wildly different.
Dude's
So,
gonna go for older. Because older women know what they want.
there is no older
they-
PEI. He's got to move, is what he's got to do.
Or lure in some poor sucker.
Yeah, or get a mail order from Alberta. That's what I did. That's a big move. Or Toronto, again.
Yeah, Toronto.
Yeah.
The West.
I just think
I guess you put
older
your
women
order
are
in
better.
early.
Older women are better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got
30s.
Amazon Prime on Beatrice. No giggle on that? Okay.
No, I think it's just because we went different. You misinterpreted my joke.
What did you say?
Well, I meant like you'd placed your order for me early when I was still living in Alberta, and it took
Right.
that long.
It's true.
And then you said that your order came fast, and so we were just clearly.
All right, so the 5th year anniversary of
my
Intoxicated.
God.
We're here celebrating here tonight. I couldn't
Yeah.
be more excited.
I love this so
Sarah,
much.
can I ask you a question?
Yes. See
All
how
right.
easy it is to get off track?
Oh, yeah,
Tangent
big
Town?
time.
Super
Yeah, I
easy.
get that.
Tangent Town's easy to go
Especially when we
to.
had this many blue lobbies. All right.
Fuck yeah.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Big amount of time. Right?
Is it?
No regrets.
5
Regrets?
years.
Doesn't matter.
The
Okay.
name.
I've been a guest and a fan.
No.
All the times. I
Walking down
cannot
the street,
spell it.
Ascribe to Intoxicated. What are people going to do?
What?
What?
They're going to, like, the name Intoxicated,
Yeah.
because it's a pun and because it's a written pun.
Also, you can't spell it.
Yeah, that's why I regret it.
I put like
I would
one
change the
wrong
name.
letter in it today, and it was like I don't know what you're talking about in Google, and Google's the smartest thing ever. And then I fixed it, and I'm like, all right, and he's like, all right,
Right?
okay, I know what you're talking about now.
At the time, it was really unique and different and awesome. And
Yeah.
at the time, it was a drinking podcast.
Yeah.
It was way more of a drinking
made
podcast.
Way more sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm shifting it to go. I'm actually going to start changing the titles to be guest talks subject.
Yeah,
Talks. Guest talks about this. Intoxicated.
it's gonna make the
Oh,
10-year
so
anniversary
smart.
trivia part
Because-
way easier. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, because also it'll give people an idea of what the episode's about, not some sort of like inside joke or reference that they have to fish for.
Yeah.
So I'm just stuff like that. But I regret the title. I probably would have named it something else.
All right. So besides the title, if you could talk to yourself 5 years, like right when you had the genesis of this idea for this podcast, what would you tell yourself?
Get
Like,
a co-host.
Yeah.
Get someone to help you. Don't do this on your own. Think about the branding. Think real hard about the branding because you rushed that shit and you made a shitty logo when you first started. You did good though, but it was shitty.
Proud of you, Boo. You fucked it up though.
Some tough love.
Think really, really hard about what you want the show to be before you jump in. I jumped in head first, not knowing what the fuck I was doing.
Totally
I
gonna do it.
rushed a launch, just wanting to have fun with friends and record it. It turned into something great, so I don't regret it. But
Totally.
if you're, that's the relaunch was like I wanted to make the podcast that I didn't make, like.
That's a really beautiful way of putting it.
You know?
Yeah.
And like if I ever started a new podcast, I think it would do better because I would just know so much more about launching and
Totally.
and stuff like that.
Look
So
forward to season 3. It's gonna be wild.
get help and don't do it alone. I really unless
advice
you're
for
doing
life.
something super simple like a Nick Beaton situation where you just talk.
Did you just call Nick Beaton simple? He's a complicated man.
His podcast is simple though. It's just
Is
him
it?
talking
Oh, is
in
it?
a
Yeah.
mic. Third rail, so it's just him.
He's got CalPost now.
What's that?
He has like a co-host now.
Oh, nice.
I don't know
He's
if
a
he's
CalPost now.
he has. Well, I said the person's name, CalPost.
I know, but it's funny because his name rhymed with co-host CalPost.
Oh, CalPost. Get yourself a CalPost.
Yeah, but like unless
There's
you
only
have,
one, so good luck finding him.
unless you have a very solo's also good because you can. It's easy to book yourself, right? You just pick a day of the week to do it. But I would say if you can work with someone else to take the work off you, you can invest more into the show. It's less money on your part. It's less on you. So when you lose, you don't feel as bad. Or when you don't
Fair.
succeed,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel as bad because you're in it with somebody.
Yeah.
No, I will say that is one thing about a solo podcast. It can be lonely. So start it with somebody. Co-host or producer or someone to help you.
It's great
Something.
advice. All right.
On that note, I'm going to leave.
The co-host is leaving.
Like, I'm out. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm perfectly content to stay here all night.
I'm happy as a clam.
I love this.
Claire, do you have any questions?
I have a question. Have you always wanted a podcast since you were like a little kid?
No.
Of course
Since
not.
you were a
Of
little
course not. It
baby,
wasn't a thing.
even though they weren't invented
No.
until we were both 20 years old.
Yeah. Were you really
maybe
obsessed with the radio or
Maybe not radio for sure.
Really?
When I was in high school, I did some radio stuff with the St. FX radio station. I had
Did you go to St.
friends-
FX?
Yeah, for 1 year.
Okay.
But my friends
How'd
had
you
a
get public relations? Oh, that's meant.
Transferred.
Okay, gotcha.
So I did a year at Axe and then transferred. But in high school, my friends had a radio show at the St. FX University. So I would go and hang out with them, and like I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
The other thing is I loved Kelly Ripa.
Okay.
Okay.
And I often I used to say, I want to be Kelly Ripa. Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah.
So that's kind of talk showy.
Yeah, totally.
But then not so much college. I was just like, I'll get into marketing, whatever. But then like when I started listening to recap podcasts,
Yeah.
specifically Big Brother.
Oh.
Those are a huge market.
Rob has a podcast, Rob Cesternino, one of like the OG podcasters, has like an empire, did a recap of Big Brother and Survivor. And I got
Yeah.
obsessed with that. And
Are
that's
you a
how
big Survivor person?
I used to be.
Okay.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But that's what got me into podcasts. Then I discovered comedy podcasts.
Oh, interesting.
So then I was like, this is even better.
What drew you to comedy podcasts as someone who wasn't
Feeling
doing
like you were
comedy?
hanging out with friends that you didn't even know.
Yeah, fair.
Like it
They are really enchanting. Like I've definitely become less interested of late because sometimes I find a lot of them are redundant. But as like
Yeah.
just as a casual, like I got hooked on Joe Rogan early. Like I was like 16 and then I was like addicted to Joe Rogan for like the first like 500 episodes.
and you know what's the joy of that? His podcast? There's always an episode.
Oh well, there is now. There used to not be. Like originally, it was just
fair.
once a week. I'm talking like when he was on the couch with like Brian Redband and stuff like that. And then,
shit.
but then like
Early,
after like
early.
I listened to every episode of the first 500, and I completely stopped because I'm like, if he talks about monkeys again, I'm gonna
Or
lose
DMT.
my fucking
Yeah,
mind. Or
yeah.
DMT, or like the thing in cat piss that makes people drive motorcycles and pregnant women can't be around. I'm like, I'm fucking done. And he did it, and now I'm done. But like, just comedy podcasting is a weird one to get into. Is not like someone who's enthralled in the comedy scene already.
So I think I've kind of figured it out in terms of comedy podcast. I do think the key with a comedy podcast is a very strong concept.
Yeah.
Or framework. So one that I will always recommend to people is Are You Garbage? It's a simple concept. They just
Yeah.
ask questions to figure out if you're white, if you're trashy.
Yeah.
And it's just you go into it knowing what it is. So comics go in prepared. Kind of like what we were just doing, talking about potlucks, like
Yeah.
all that. I feel like comedy podcasts do have to have some sort of structure to work. But that's just me coming from many years of listening to them and also now working in the space.
Yeah, I feel like the market for just endlessly talking is gone. Like you need
Unless
like,
you're
a
Joe
little bit.
Rogan.
Unless you're Joe Rogan.
You need to-
but
need
he
to-
also has a framework of like, here's the guest and I'm going to nail him.
Or unless I'm sorry, I didn't mean to raise my hand.
I
was
thought you were
stretching.
asking a question. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say that either unless you have like a strong enough format or you've been doing it long enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
you
you're
sort of get
grandfathered in
grandfathered
from
in
the old
exactly.
style.
And
Yeah.
there's something to be said for like niche audience. So like in my case, I do think it's like local comedians. I would say like Halifax, like maybe Maritimes. They like to listen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think people like this, you know, like it's
people
not,
do, yeah,
It's
100%.
not to a point where I'm like, oh, it hasn't done so bad that I'm quitting. But I know that people are listening and enjoying it. Like Brandon Michael, for example, sent me a really nice message being like, I moved to Montreal and listening,
Yeah.
it made me like feel like I was home.
Nostalgic home.
And I really like that.
Yeah.
I really, really like that. But it is a small niche, and what you want is to grow that.
Yeah.
I
totally.
love that. That's what's always drawn me to Intoxicated is like I love creeping. Like I love creeping
It is a
people on
great
social
creep
media,
podcast.
and this is like it's like
You get the
creeping on
juice.
steroids because it's
Yeah.
like people are so forthcoming.
Yes,
Yeah.
isn't it insane? Like getting people opening up about mental illness and like addictions and their life, personal life. Like that's what I love most about it.
Yeah.
Truly. Like I would have never known Peter Anthony
Yeah, totally.
on the level that I got to know him on that 1 hour conversation.
But you know what the wild thing is? Even like using Peter Anthony as a great example is like before the Peter Anthony interview, you messaged me like, "What do you know about Peter Anthony?"
Yeah,
and I
was
told you
help me
like
out.
the 3 things that I've known about Peter Anthony. I've known Peter Anthony for 5 years. I've worked with him on like at least probably 20 to 30 shows we've been on the for. He asked me to MC his like album recording.
Right.
He knows me and like we're friends or whatever. I don't know a fucking thing he said in that
Mystery.
podcast. You know,
Mystery
it's
guy.
completely wild. So it's wild to even get to know friends better. I mean, and that's what we're talking about. A
Aw.
specific
Or
thing.
colleagues or
But yeah, it's wild to know that.
I like that.
All right. I have another question.
Go nuts. You're the host.
You were saying if you had to give your advice 5 years ago, if you had to pick a co-host 5 years ago, who would you have picked?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Because I don't know if you know Sarah Nicole. Amazing. Everybody loves Sarah.
So, okay, here's my thing. And, like, I don't want to offend anyone with this. Remember that I work in I listen.
Yeah.
I always have a podcast in my ear. Like, I truly listen. Like,
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm always plugged in. I do think, 5 years ago, I'm not really sure. Like, maybe my friend Corey, because he does Intoxicate reviews. Like, we kind of started it all together. We love talking. He's a TV guy, though. Like, he thrives in, like, the TV world. So we kind of had to separate, because I was like, I want to talk about personal shit. We'll make it different. I do think with a co-host, it's good to have some contrast and some friction.
Yeah.
And
All right. So what about right now? Who'd you pick?
I might have to say, okay, so
You can say Scott if you want to.
So here's the thing. I want to say Travis, because Travis and I have had some great talks.
Yeah.
And I also think that with Travis, it's interesting because he's a pro comic and I'm very new. So it's that contrast of newbie with a pro, male versus female.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
In terms of guests that I've had on who have gotten responses and people have talked about it and has done well in terms of downloads and views, Scott McLean.
No kidding.
Spicy
Because of the fighting and we aren't
drama.
We aren't afraid to argue with each other. And I feel like you kind of need that.
A little bit. It does make good for podcasting.
and a
Like
co-host.
I remember I was listening to like one episode or whatever when I don't know if it was the last one or whatever, but like you and Sarah were talking about at the beginning of the episode like how much you had to clip out of the episode.
Yeah.
That like you couldn't air. And I was like, I've never
whole
been
fight.
more interested in a podcast ever than like
It was 1 hour.
Oh my God. They I want to know where it started, where
I
it ended,
cried,
like what happened.
we yelled.
Yeah.
He almost
That's called Patreon right there.
I assumed he was going to leave. I thought the episode was done.
I already asked you about it. What was it about?
Just the comedy scene and like how things are run here.
Oh my God.
And-
There couldn't be anything
and-
more boring to be getting mad about than the Halifax
just
comedy scene of
the
12
dynamic-
people who aren't going anywhere.
The dynamics of a small comic scene.
Well, I think they're the exact same dynamics as a large scene. Everyone just kind of fits their role. Instead of having like a clique of like 5 to 10 people,
There's definitely
it's just one person.
There's definitely things about small scenes that I've noticed that are typical to small scenes. And one of those for sure is this idea of like there's an order. Like
Yeah.
you wait your turn kind of thing.
Pay your dues.
I mean,
A little bit?
I don't want to say pay your dues. I mean more you wait your turn.
Yeah.
Like
Hierarchy.
because in big
maybe?
scenes you're paying your dues, but you can pay those at whatever rate you want.
That's right.
Because you
Yeah.
can do as many shows in a night as you want, and you can work as hard and as fast as you want. But in a small scene, there's only so many mics, there's only so many shows. So, it's
It can be challenging.
people
And
can. It's very easy to see somebody move faster than you, or to get picked ahead of you.
That's right. That's right.
It stands out a lot faster, a lot clearer.
Versus
Yeah,
a
big
big
time.
scene where you're kind of a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, those 50 people are getting picked before me.
Here it's like we're all whales in a pond. Like we all have
Yeah.
like it's just but again, that was an example of we sat through uncomfortableness and reached we actually were like we're both kind of on the same team. We were just coming about it from different ways.
Yeah.
It was funny. Which is kind of the weirdness of Like when you watch people, it's really bizarre to watch yourself argue. I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh
yeah.
man, editing that must have been very weird, especially because me personally, when I argue, I'd say I believe about 60% of what I'm saying.
You're heated.
And then the other 40%, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there, just trying to be rude. You know what I mean? Like
Emotional. It's emotional. Especially
Yeah.
if you feel passionately about the subject.
have you argued with anybody else on the podcast that you really felt like got fired up about, or like?
I would say, well, one that comes to mind instantly is my friend Finley, who's been on the show as Mark. He in text and SEO, he has to be Mark. So he was on a couple times,
Yeah.
and the last episode he was on, which was in the 170s, summer 2020.
Yeah.
I had the stance of self-improvement and self-help is something women do more than men. In terms of like self-help books or like personality tests, fucking
Yeah.
like improving yourself.
I
And
would
he-
100% agree with that.
And but he firmly was like, no.
Yeah.
And it was like a very firm and like, that's bullshit. Like he stood up to me.
Yeah.
And we worked through, again, it was great discussion and stuff. But at the end, he was like, I'm sorry that I was like, don't apologize.
Yeah.
You have a different opinion than me. You're coming from a different perspective. This
Yeah.
is what a conversation is.
I feel like guys work on it, but that's exactly what toxic masculinity is for them. Like we're talking about like Neil Gaiman, the game kind of thing. Like,
That's right.
Like negging and like weird workout culture and shit. Like they work on themselves, but in the opposite direction.
That's
Like, they're
and that's
only
kind of
making
what he
things
was saying
worse.
too.
Yeah.
It's like silent. It's not as talked about and open like with women.
Oh, that's definitely part of it.
Yeah.
For sure. But that's like why men are held back by popular culture.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But like I have a joke now about how when you're single, people just tell you to love yourself more, as if it's like this magic
RuPaul
thing.
does.
And I ask men in the crowd, I go,
If you don't love yourself, how do you expect anybody else
How
to
in
love
the
you?
hell you gonna
That's
love somebody
Dave.
else? Now let the music play.
Whatever. I don't know. I love Ru.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
great.
But I asked men in the crowd, have you ever been told to love yourself more? And so far, they've all said no. I gotta do little experiments with my jokes.
You're just as one of my assumptions
People
was that you
look-
took psychology in college, but then you see you have public relations on the wall.
I
So I'm like,
would have, but I would have, that's what I would have done.
yeah,
Because I find it fascinating.
I assume that's where your brain was at. I'm thinking,
I-
this is a psych broad.
I love psych stuff. Fun fact, Intoxicated
Oh,
now
love fun facts.
has a listener who is a therapist, and he will follow up with me after the episodes and send me more information on subjects that I talk out of my ass about.
Interesting.
And I'm gonna get him to come on as a guest sometime.
Oh fuck yeah.
To specifically talk about like comedy and mental health.
Yeah. I currently have a discount therapist, which is
Claire?
my girlfriend's therapist.
Oh,
Yeah, I tell him things that she thinks.
like
Yeah.
tips, like you.
Big win.
Yeah.
Nice.
She likes him.
Big win for Dana.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
killing it.
She's all for it.
All right. So you've had guests where you argue with too much. Is there any guests where you feel like they're too close to you that it doesn't make it interesting podcast, where you're just both agreeing with each other too much, where you're like, you're not saying anything new? Like you have a lot of new people on who have never been on a podcast before.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you find that frustrating as like, because like if you follow the Intoxicated Podcast, every once in a while you put it in the story, be like, do you want to be a guest? Fill out
Right.
this form. How many of
Right.
those forms are you're like, thank you for filling it out, but like you can go fuck yourself.
Well, it's not that you can go fuck yourself.
No, I don't. And I
But-
don't mean that. But also, like,
Well,
what are you seeing of? And I'm not telling people to snipe their forms, but like, what are you seeing a form where you're like, this could work? You know?
So I have a question in my form. Just tell me 3 interesting things about
Yeah.
your personal things. If it's like, I can really tell a good story, or,
Yeah.
but if it's like I don't want to like out potentially future guest, but like someone wrote, I survived attempted murder. All right, you're in.
You're in,
You're in.
baby.
That's it. Like,
Nighttime pod
like-
number 2. We're
like,
getting gold this year on the
it's
coast.
different. It's
Yeah.
personal. It's something like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like people can be a little too general and like their responses, which makes me go, eh.
Yeah.
Also just chemistry. Like,
But how do you get chemistry from a form?
well,
You
that's
know
the
what I mean?
thing, right?
Especially in a
I think
long
with
form
the form-
podcast, how are you going to figure that out?
I think with the form, I have to be sold on what the personal things are.
Yeah.
And how much detail they went into. And if I can sense that.
Yeah.
If it's people I know kind of like in Halifax comedy, I can kind of suss out chemistry more, obviously.
What do you think is how much are you going with people that you know and how much are you going with form?
I'm trying to do more form. Like more people I'm not close friends with.
Yeah.
But I will say I really do enjoy the interviews where I know the person.
Do you find are you able to? I'm so illiterate with computer stuff, but are you able to like see what episodes get played more and stuff? Obviously, you must.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
and
there
typically
any?
it's all really very like kind of standard. And
What-
there might be little jumps here and there.
Do you know what your big jumps were?
Scott's.
Oh yeah,
I hate saying it.
weird. I mean, not weird, but like.
But listen, but I do think it is, Scott, I love you to death. But I do think I hate this guy. Let's hear what he's saying.
Oh.
Or I don't like this guy. He bugs me. Let's hear what he's saying. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't want to say it's
That's
Scott,
100%.
don't get it wrong, but like train wreck, like can't look away. It's intriguing. It's it might be kind of that effect. I don't know. He seems to know it too. He's like, whenever I'm on the show, like, I mean, YouTube views, he gets. But the thing is, like, I don't want to rank anyone based on this.
Yeah.
But when when you're trying to grow a show, like really, like 5 years in, really trying to grow it, these are the things you think about.
Of course.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But again, I think any episode could do very well if it was just shared like herpes. Like just pump it the fuck out. Tell your friends to listen. Share,
Herpes,
share,
speaking
share.
of Scott
Share,
McLean.
share, share. Like it's any
I
episode
agree.
could do well.
I really do think that like you're a really good interviewer, and like trying to prepare to interview you only made that clearer. Like,
Aw.
like, what the
I'm
fuck?
loving this. Truly.
It's tricky because like a lot of the regular questions we would ask, we already know.
Yeah.
No, but
Speaking
I'm-
of regular questions to ask, we have a question here from past guest
What?
Albert Coombs.
Albert Coombs asked me a question?
Albert Coombs, local jackass. he phrased, ask Sarah, how did you write the song Angel? Your 1993 song,
In the
I
arms
Will
of-
Remember You, is still a hit to this day. Do you still have any good memory from it? And are you, in any other ways, that you're similar to an elephant? How has being Canadian affected your career as a world-renowned singer-songwriter?
What's with the elephant? I know that like she was like.
He's making a joke about Sarah
Yeah, but
Sarah
what's the elephant
McLachlan.
thing?
Oh, I know, which is funny because when people mispronounce
Son of a
my
bitch.
name, it's always McLennan.
McLennan.
And
Yeah.
L's are
Wait,
not
what
N's.
is your name?
No famous Sarah McLennans.
I have a hard name to pronounce. Last name.
Yeah, I've never
Preach to
met
the choir.
another McClellan.
Yeah.
Well,
Right?
there's
It's
some out here.
There's a lot of L's and E's.
I got two friends that are McClellans.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
MAC or MC?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Arms of the Angel. I'm very passionate about like animal rescue and anti-animal cruelty. So I think I kind of have that in common with
You're not
Sarah
pro
McLachlan.
animal cruelty?
I'm not pro
All
animal
right,
Too
we're
many
gonna
people
I hate
these days
to,
are
I
pro
hate to
put
say
that
it.
and
I
post
hate to
that.
say it. I hate to say it.
You a bad bitch.
I cry instantly when I see an injured animal.
Well, you should help them before you start crying.
Not through YouTube, though. I can't help them through that.
You're a single woman who dates. Do you find having a podcast is worse for being in the dating scene? Or
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's
that
got
a
to be a
thing that
good
comes
amount
up?
of guys online that at least go check it out, right?
I think, but all they know.
Oh,
no.
Really?
I think yes, some.
Fuck. If I was going on a Bumble date and then like I figured out she had a podcast, I would listen to one or two.
I've had experiences where I've had guests tell me that their current spouse listened to their episode before going on a date with them.
What?
Yeah, like
Oh, they Googled them and then they would find
Yeah.
out. Yeah. Okay.
which I kind of like because it's like I'm doing a favor to the-
Yeah.
Warm them
The
up
women-
a little bit. See if they're psycho. Help probably keeping people safe.
I think the main thing with like guys with this is like they might not want me talking about them on it. To which I go, If I'm really happy, I probably won't be.
Yeah, so keep mama happy.
Well,
Yeah,
like no drama. Like if I'm just in a happy, stable thing, what would I wouldn't be sharing dirt or rants or
Yeah,
like
I could see that
stuff like
being
that.
Intimidating.
for sure. Yeah, like I know like Claire does jokes that like are about like what I've done in life, but like
Right.
I'm 100% fine because I was there when it happened, or I know what's happening and I know it's a bit kind of thing.
You're also a comedian, so you
I'm also, I couldn't understand more. Like,
Yeah.
I totally get it. But like, and even like sometimes like we have misunderstandings and like that's a bit. I'm like, that's fine. Like, I don't give a shit.
right.
And like, if the bit works, great.
Exactly.
I'd be more
Even
offended
better.
if you keep doing a bad bit.
Exactly.
But I could see like someone who's not
Yep.
doing stand up comedy, aka a psychopath, being a little offended. Or fuck Christ. Imagine if like you had like a relationship that was like ending at like 6 month mark where it was serious enough, but also if you were like letting on hints, that guy's got to be listening, right?
I don't know. I feel like people super close to me don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well, it's
close,
like
especially like non-comic friends. I think
Yeah.
that they don't really dig into it.
It's like the more established comics, their friends stop coming to the show. Kind
Exactly.
of
Yeah,
same kind of
100%.
thing.
Yeah.
They listen at the start or whatever, and they're like, eh.
Do you
Yeah.
remember anything where you were like uncomfortable, where someone mentioning them in the podcast, they mentioned it in real life, where like you're like, ooh, God, because that must have happened for the first time hosting a podcast where, and it doesn't have to be a specific time, but like one time we were like, oh shit, right, like I broadcast a lot of my life.
Oh, I'm just trying to. I mean, if it was somebody, I think it would be like a Tinder match or something.
Yeah.
Like I have a joke being like, I just found out that you cry when you come. Like that. That was a very
People do
deep,
that?
It was a very deep thing that I admitted on the show, and
You cry when you come?
yeah, I do.
Oh, wow, okay.
Not so much anymore. Antidepressants.
Good for you, boo.
Yeah,
But it's also, I mean, it's a good way for them to know that they did a good job.
Yeah.
right.
Can't fake tears.
Gonna make this bitch cry.
Can't fake tears. Claire, I need another beer. Do you want to take over for a few minutes?
I can get your drink.
All right, fine. Go get a drink.
Do you want me to take over for a minute? Do you need to go to the bathroom?
No, I just thought it'd be a funny thing to do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We should put some like music, transition music.
Sure.
It's Clare Belford, everyone. Oh, this is the mid-roll ad. Please plug your album.
Hi, it's Clare Belford here to promote my album that came out 5 months ago.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I can't count. Mm-hmm. Big hot off the presses
Yes.
promotion.
Yes, it is called.
Last Call with Dan Hendricken.
No, it's your album you're promoting.
It's called The Entire Cabbage.
Don't you dare. It's the entire cabbage. Please listen to it. Download it. Stream it. I adore you, by the way.
Oh, Sarah, I
Truly.
adore you.
I regret picking Vanessa. I love you, Vanessa, too.
And then later you were talking about your friend Vanessa on Gottagen. I was like, is that bitch Vanessa that got the spot on the podcast?
You'd really like Vanessa.
Yeah, probably.
She's an actress, very funny, writes a lot of sketch comedy. That's
Yeah.
the end of the Claire intermission.
I don't have the
No, shut up.
5 Blue Lobster energy that you have.
wish it was 5.
We're doing solo with Claire soon. It's gonna happen.
Sarah MacLellan,
And-
famously on antidepressants.
And Dan won't be in the room when Claire does her solo episode.
I hope not. I'd love to get some juice. You've been on antidepressants for a while. I feel like you really well documented it for like the first couple weeks.
Yes.
Which like I was super
Hell.
interested in as a sad person and with several friends on antidepressants recently. But
Oh.
like how do you feel a couple months in? Like you're deep in, like this is we're well past the introductory period.
I've
Do you
noticed
feel-
noticeable changes
Yeah?
in mood. So I was put on them for ADHD.
Okay.
I was not diagnosed with clinical depression. To be actually
Also, how did you get diagnosed with ADHD?
I
It
had
seems
a-
like such an intimidating task to get done these days.
2-hour assessment
Really?
Zoom
From
call.
Where? How?
with a psychiatrist.
How do you get a psychiatrist?
You got to get a referral from a family doctor.
You have a family doctor?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
How do you do
I
that?
lost her contact info for a bit though because of ADHD.
But don't you have a family that also is correlated with them?
No, because I got her here in Halifax.
Oh, wow.
So-
Shit. Were you on a wait list or something?
So well, I couldn't find her for a bit. Then I fell when I was rollerblading, and I went to the emergency room.
I remember that day, and I saw you on, it was an Instagram story, and it was you being like, I'm trying something new. And you had your stupid little helmet on, and your stupid
This is
little
why we
wrist
don't do
guards.
new things.
And I like in my like, there's just a part of my brain that's like, never try anything new. Don't do anything
You
new ever.
shouldn't.
And then I saw you do that. I'm like, I'd never do that. And
Oh
then the
my
next day it was like,
God.
you'd be like, I'm crippled. I'm like,
I was
why we don't try
well
new stuff.
because you know the feeling when you get
But also good for you.
a
It's fun.
soccer ball in your gut and you get the wind knocked out of you.
No, I've been punched by giant men before.
But you know the feeling of having the wind knocked out
Yeah.
of you.
Oh, 100%.
I had that.
Not a soccer ball's not
I
gonna
had that
do
for
it.
hours.
Yeah. What happened to you?
I have no. They said it was like a spinal fracture.
Did you like land on your tailbone?
Yeah.
Your coccyx?
Yeah, but there was nothing they could. They just gave me some painkillers.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
And
There's
just
no cast
rest
for your
up.
butt.
But when I was at the emergency, they asked me, "Do you have a family doctor?" And I said, "I do, but I can't remember her name. And I lost the contact information." And they looked it up
Jesus
and found it.
Christ.
So then I found her info. Finally took the step to actually fucking. Actually, no, fun fact. I got the referral to the psychiatrist through a different doctor. What am I doing?
I'm just making sure you have one. I don't know if you did.
I almost gave you my drink.
No, I was just checking. I wanted to give you one in case you didn't have one.
Wonderful.
You're so accommodating.
I'll totally take one of these.
Oh, you want to take my drink here? Yeah, yeah.
I'm a good host.
I got the referral from a different doctor through virtual care because we were on lockdown at the time.
Yep.
So I paid 50. It's a long story. I paid $50 to get it. I was like, whatever, best $50 I've ever spent.
Yeah.
Just give me the goddamn referral. Kirsten did some research for me and found like 2 female psychiatrists in Halifax who do them.
Yeah.
There's a dude who does ADHD assessments and he's kind of a creep. So with women, he's not great with women.
Gross.
So I was like, I'm gonna stay away from
Just
him.
from personal experiences or like,
Reviews on his yeah
Yikes.
yeah
I have that on Google.
and Reddit. So reviews on Reddit told me
Well, I like that one dentist who's a perv in Halifax.
right. And then it was a 8-month wait list to actually see the psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's wild. I remember like I had like when I was like at my saddest at one point, I tried to go look for help, and then I realized that it was going to be like a year wait, and I'm like,
But listen,
fuck
but
this.
you've already gone so long without it. So what's another?
well, I
8 months.
happen to get out of it. I personally happen to get out of it, but a lot of people wouldn't. I could imagine a lot of people be like, I'm at my worst. I had a moment of clarity to try to find help. Oh, it's a year. Fuck this.
Right.
Pow. Like,
I think there's other ways you could go about it without waiting, but
probably, yeah.
But I was just like, I really wanted to be a woman. I wanted, like, I don't know. It was just this weird thing where I was like, I'll
makes
just
sense, for sure.
wait. I'll just wait.
yeah.
And then it was 2 hours. They then diagnose you and send you like a treatment plan, essentially.
Yeah.
So like
And you
medication.
feel great?
Yeah. Mood wise, like things don't affect me as much. I don't get worked up about things anymore.
Are you,
That would
like-
normally work me up.
Do you feel like your baseline just higher, or are you within a range?
Baseline's higher, I think.
So, but like the highs are so high. Yeah, but like they're a little lower.
Maybe, but like sad is just, I say it's like sad with an Instagram filter. You're still sad,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
it's not.
not half as bad as it used to be.
Yeah. Does it affect
It's not
sex stuff?
this one that I'm on doesn't. It increases it. Increases it.
Damn, that's the last
Wellbutrin.
thing you needed.
Well, no, because I lost my sex drive for a long time.
Because you're sad or because you're on stuff?
Sad.
Oh.
And just
Same.
juices weren't
Mama's
flowing.
back.
Juices weren't flowing. And so Wellbutrin doesn't affect sex drive, and it actually makes you less hungry. So they
Yeah.
call it the horny skinny drug.
Yeah, I have 2 friends who just started Wellbutrin, and both of them are like, they have to set alarms to eat.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remind yourself to eat.
I feel like I should get on it.
I mean, like it is it's interesting doing it to treat ADHD, because I think the theory is if you're feeling better mood wise, you'll be more healthy to like manage your ADHD more, because it doesn't really
Yeah.
help with focus that much.
Yeah.
But the mood impacts have been amazing
But do you find yourself focusing more?
because I feel better.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, 'cause you're
so
less
it's
sad to do it.
indirect treatment. So I'm gonna stay on it for a bit, but like I might be put on Ritalin soon if I find that it's not. If I find that I'm still like wanting more focus.
Do you want more focus?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm a
I get that.
workaholic. I could always use more.
That's a crazy thing about mental illness is like every time someone like talks about their experiences, everyone's like, well, I would like that too. But it's like, where's the line? Like, where's the line of medication versus like
Yes.
just regular human existence?
Well, you're not supposed to be on it forever, too. That's the thing, too.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you're really not. Like,
Yeah.
not with antidepressants, anyway. You're supposed to be on it long enough to get healthier so that you... I mean, this is just me talking out of my ass, but in my mind, it's like... You're
You're the most well-versed in this room, so
you're
Joe
happy
Rogan
enough-
says go ahead.
You'd be happy enough to say, get therapy.
Yeah.
Or be healthier.
Do you do therapy?
No, I'm my
No.
own therapist.
You're looking for one?
I'm my own one.
You're your own one.
That's how I see it.
That sounds like someone who kills himself in 6 months. Me, personally.
Thank
I mean,
God.
I would love one. I just can't afford it right now.
Thank God you got that psychology degree. Oh wait,
Yeah,
no,
psychology
damn
degree
it.
that we assumed you have.
I love psychology stuff.
Oh my God.
I truly-
Speaking of assumptions, what's your unpopular opinion?
Don't hate me for this, but it's time for an unpopular opinion. Sarah's not here for this one.
Okay.
Oh my God. Why is the Tia?
We disagree on this, and it's fine. I still love her to death.
She's the sweetest person I've ever met. She's a real Brian Otter.
She is.
I do think she's, and you guys are a great match too. Like when we were talking earlier about
Yeah.
like conflict or whatever. I mean, you guys don't have a lot of conflict, but
We don't know.
there's enough differences
Oh, I
that it's
adore
interesting.
talking. Yeah,
I literally
it's-
think your only downfall is both being named Sarah.
Yeah.
Like, I think genuinely, like, maybe she should have been named Nicole when she came on here. Just
right.
Her middle name or
Oh,
something like
that's
that.
true.
I
We
feel
could give
like
our
that would've
a podcast stage name.
We'll be
know.
fine
I
now
wish-
that we have Saucy Sarah.
Saucy and non-saucy.
been- You have it.
Saucy and salty.
I don't know how many times you run into it, but I personally wish I had a stage name. Just with Hendricken.
I just
like,
hate my last name. That's my like.
Yeah?
Like my middle name is Louise. I don't know if
No,
Sarah
I can't
Louise.
do Louise. Yeah,
right?
I can't do Louise. But even like I have like a Hendricken's pronounceable, but like 9 times out of 10 new people will spell it wrong. Like Christ, I don't know what I got to do in this city for Meg McCracken to spell it right. She just thinks my name is Dan Hendrickson at this point. I'm like, I'm fine with it. I don't care. But like she'll say it to my face, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't give a shit.
God
but like,
bless her. I'm having her on as a guest at some
oh
point.
my
too.
God, I love her.
She's
got the
so
best-
funny,
She's
yeah.
got the best laugh in the city.
She's
hands
just
down.
got such a great like, just the way she talks is so unique.
Oh yeah.
And she's like,
And the warmest vibe, like how did she create, like she created that, like Foggy Funnies, like one of the best top 3 rooms in the city out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah,
And it's so good, and it's like a safe space. And
very
it's fucking
good place to go to just try
awesome.
new things.
100%.
Yeah.
Throw at the
Yeah.
wall, like just pop in if you want. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow, I don't know how she did it. I wish
It's
I'm
I
a
there
did.
this
gift.
Sunday.
it's a gift.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Foggy Funnies is a real gift, especially having the North End, not having to go downtown for a good show.
What I find great about her is she's very happy and excited about comedy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I find that can dim the
Yeah.
more you do.
Thank
It
God
will,
Andrew
it
Vaughn
will.
wasn't around when she started, or he would have shat on it
Right?
so quick. Ruined it.
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, unpopular opinion.
Okay, so I have
Shh, everybody be quiet.
I
Unpopular
have
opinion.
2 that are kind of related to the same thing.
Wow, I
Which
love
is-
how you doubled up on both
Which,
of your
which
fucking
is
segments.
which is
Just been-
marriage.
Just been waiting so long for somebody to ask that
Okay.
question.
Unpopular opinion. I fucking hate it when you're common law with someone, a partner, and you call. So say you're a woman with a man, and you're common law with that man, and you call him hubby.
Oh,
You are not hubby.
preach.
I'm sorry. I don't care if we're essentially married. You're not. You never got married. You're not engaged. You've just been living together for a long time. And if you have a healthy relationship, be proud of that. There's no need to say hubby when you're not actually married.
Yeah.
It drives me insane. A lot of people I really love do this. And I don't fight it. But I don't. You're taking notes like a
Oh
therapy
yeah.
session.
No, I'm thinking about what I want to say when you're done.
And then the other unpopular opinion I have is that long engagements are bullshit.
I never understood that, the whole long engagement thing. I totally get like that wedding planning is very difficult and it takes time. But people who are like, oh yeah, we're just like indefinitely engaged or like
Like
takes
we'll
2
get married
years.
eventually.
Besides
That
COVID
attitude?
besides, obviously.
COVID
but, like,
aside,
it's
yeah.
wild. I feel like if you're gonna get engaged, like Also, if you're like surprise engagements, weird me out.
Yeah, you shouldn't be
That like you're like, oh my god, I'm so surprised he engaged. I'm like, oh, you guys should have talked about everything
right
before you got engaged.
You should
Like,
know
it
it's
should
coming,
be
but
like-
also not know it's coming.
yeah, the day should be a surprise.
That's right.
But the idea should be a boring notion at that point. It's wild to think people pop the question and be like, we need 2 years to figure things out. It's like, what are you talking about? Like,
I think getting engaged without the intent to get married is you putting a label on yourself, like a status label. I'm my fiance, to feel like you're better than other people. Because why else would you do it? Like if you're
make her happy,
if you're literally
or-
just doing it to say I'm engaged and I have a fiance and we'll get married at some point, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's one or the other. Either be happily unmarried
just 100%.
or get engaged. And I think a year or to a year and a half is reasonable, but anything above that is. But again, it's just maybe it's my age coming through because I am turning 35 where I
Yeah.
go, if I eventually get into a relationship and we're together a year and you propose, I'm getting married quick. Like
Yeah.
you better like this is what you're getting.
I'm
There's
motivated-
no more self-discovery.
I'd be
Yeah.
motivated to have a short engagement just to not have to call somebody fiance. What a bullshit term. What an
Terrible name.
Hate the
Ugh.
yes, fiance. I'm all for a legal private ceremony and then
Big time.
surprising your friends with a party. All for it. Also all for the surprise wedding idea. Invite your friends to an engagement party. Get
Yeah.
married. All
Get
for
married.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a great TikTok the other day. It was like, did you see that one?
No,
Where they're like
but-
they're doing like it was a wedding, and they're like we all in the minister or like whatever that person was like, I just want you all to know that these people have said that they both love each other and they're going to commit the rest of their lives to each other 1 year ago. And they actually got married in private 1 year ago.
Oh my
and
God.
this is
Wonderful.
the most elaborate 1 year anniversary party you've ever been to.
Right?
And then that was the rest of the evening. They're just like, yeah, we got married a year ago. We said fuck it and did it.
And that is true love. You don't care about the show. You do
I
not
know-
care about the show.
I guess, yeah.
I know a couple that got married and didn't tell anyone, and then they had a party. They like told all their friends on their 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
I do like it. Wouldn't be what I would.
That's
do.
what I said.
But I do appreciate that. I would like someone to be so excited that they would want to share it publicly.
Yeah, but
I want someone to brag
it's
about
also
me.
sneaky to have a little secret.
Yeah,
It is a little sneak.
That's what I like.
I like the. I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be what I would do.
Exactly.
I don't think I could. I don't think I have that composure. but-
Yeah. All for a small wedding though. I think the more people, the more pressure you have to like
Oh,
Yeah.
give in to what other people want and
I just hope there's another pandemic.
What other people want is wild.
right?
Yeah.
Family and shit like it's your day.
I've like during the pandemic, I've got a couple of people who messaged me like, "Hey, we're getting married. We would love to have you there, but just with pandemic, we can't have you." And every time I've been relieved. And there's been a couple times where people have been like, "Hey, pandemic, we'd love to have you there." I'm like,
All good.
cool. But like either way, I love being at weddings. I love not being at weddings.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. It's literally only about the couple. Just do whatever
That's
they want
right.
every fucking time. Like I've never been offended and never been more delighted to not.
I fucking
actually
love
go
weddings.
spend-
I'll go to any
I
fucking
love
wedding.
weddings too. I approach it like birthdays. Your birthday, if I care about you and you want to do something crazy for your birthday, I'm down. Let's do it.
I approach it like
But even though
podcast
it-
anniversaries. I'll be there.
Oh yeah! What's like the podcast anniversary? Like the gifts? Like so? Like 1
Oh,
year.
also,
Oh my god! I haven't been dinging my own bell.
5 of them.
I'm also talking a lot, so feel free to write me on.
This is literally the whole point of this.
What are we at for time?
We are at 2:20.
Oh shit!
I think we're gonna go for 5 hours, right?
Wow.
1 hour for every year.
Oh my god! Rogan, we've officially.
This is what I've written down. Hubby, not till you've been married for 5 years.
Not fun. No, just married at all.
Okay, fine.
Well, that's Dan's
You can
unpopular
also say
opinion.
this is my other thing. You can also say it in private. I'm even
I think you
okay.
can say it as a joke.
I'm okay with that, saying it in private. But to go, my husband, it's like, no, you're not. You didn't actually. You're common law, which is an achievement. But I don't know.
Yeah, I jokingly refer to partner as like the old ball and chain, but like that's a joke.
That's a joke.
Yeah. All right. What do you have on your paper then?
I actually have 2 more. Which is
Unpopular opinions,
yeah.
I guess. Never mind.
Oh.
You've been
One's a
you've
silly
been
one.
silenced for too long, and Mama's out her shell. I think I got like one question left, but it's trash.
Is it? Okay, just really quickly. Burrito salad bowls are better than burritos.
I appreciate that so much.
Their burritos are fucking messy. I've never bitten into a burrito and had sauce not spew out the other side.
Burrito bowls are bullshit.
It's everything. So today I got a burrito bowl from
And you
Keegan's.
get way more.
And they sometimes give you chips and you can dip your chips in the mixture of the fucking burrito.
And you can manage like the combination.
You could save
You bite
it.
into a burrito, you'll get just straight lettuce or something.
Whatever you want.
like-
Yeah, it's
It
all mixed
saves
up.
better.
Oh, good. Rice and pita. Fantastic. Or not pita.
Yeah.
but, you know.
Burritos don't save well. They get
Not at all.
soggy. So
Oh.
like, I think that's unpopular because
Burritos are great
Sarah-
when you're on the go or with people moving. Besides that, burrito bowl, that's it. Honestly,
I love the
yeah.
burrito bowl so much.
I make breakfast burritos every once in a while because I think they're fun. And the thing I like about them is I know we're gonna sit down and eat them right away. And a burrito limits how much you can put in there, so you don't overdo it. But for example, tonight before we came over here, we had burrito bowls, and they were pretty hefty because you can put as much as you want into them, and you get a better deal every fucking
Where'd you
time.
go? Habaneros?
No, just
You
the
made
home.
them? Fuck.
Yeah.
You guys are so cool.
Yeah, we're super cool. We're in love. It's great.
Always cooking. Love
But
it.
yeah, no, it's burrito
a lot
bowl
of time.
every fucking time. That's not an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
That is the fuck. You're preaching the gospel, sister.
And then my last one is just like, Joe Rogan's not that bad. Relax.
Yeah, do you know what? I have this on my piece of paper. Sarah McLellan, noted Joe Rogan apologist. Because I was just listening to a podcast today, and then you went like Sarah wasn't even ready for it. You went on a fucking stream about how Joe Rogan ain't that bad, which I also agree on. I feel like if you take advice from a fucking 5'7" comedian, you got a lot more problems.
Do I love the guy? Maybe not.
No.
He's kind of a dum-dum sometimes.
Yeah, he's not a smart guy, but he's a fine man. He's very motivated.
I'd
But
argue that he is smart.
I think he's just open-minded. I don't think he's personally smart.
Not smart on everything.
He's not smart enough to be a good comedian.
I've never seen a stand-up.
It's terrible.
Is that?
He's a bad comic. All he is he's a very open mind, and he's open to
Curious
new
as
ideas.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a curious gentleman.
Yeah.
And sometimes the wrong ideas are a little bit more sensational. And he's good for like putting both sides
That's right.
on.
More so than the news does. I also just really don't like people who automatically jump to Joe Rogan sucks because it's the cool thing to do.
It's
Or
definitely
it's
hip,
the-
yeah.
I thought he
feminist thing to
sucks
do?
for a long time, like from way before it was cool. I just don't like listening to him. I just find him so irritating. Like,
Yeah.
I hate seeing him in interviews, the way he holds himself, and like,
It's very cocky, very like it's very
he's so greater than thou. I can't handle it.
it's one of those things though. I do feel like any comic would still go on his podcast.
Oh
like,
yeah,
without
I would do
question.
it for sure.
But
you do it just to get
I think-
those views, but you'd have to do it because comics are essentially I think most comics are comics first and they have their morals second. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely think,
Yeah,
especially with
unfortunately.
Rogan, is like as far as his reach is, which is hilarious that we're talking about this. I don't think we're gonna get on there, but like,
Yeah.
it's wild to see how far his reach is. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird.
I like the show for the guests. I always say, like, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily like him, but I like the podcast. I like the conversation.
Yeah. He's good at keeping a conversation going because he's
And it's
got
just-
fucking 3,000 episodes of fucking 4 hours of bullshit.
That's right. And I do like that I think his apologies were decent apologies.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I saw one of them. I didn't see both, but I definitely.
I think in terms of an apology criteria, that's the best you're gonna get.
Oh yeah, there's no.
I fucked up. I
And this is
didn't
what
research.
I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do.
This is what I'm gonna do better. And he's been doing it.
Zero people have done an apology and been forgiven.
That's the thing. You
It's
can't fucking
only
win these
damage
days.
control.
You can't
So,
win. You
Yeah,
can't win.
and I feel like a lot of people who have been forced to make apologies aren't forgivable, and that's fine. You can see past whatever thing they've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
But I do think it's unpopular because I think, especially amongst my women friends, I'm kind of just like, I listen to him.
yeah.
like I'm kind of like hiding. I found a clip from the podcast with Durham and Mitch.
Yeah.
Where Mitch goes, he was trying to roast me, and he was like, Sarah, you're a Joe Rogan fan, and you also say that you're a feminist. Pick one. Like,
Yeah.
like that was his joke.
It's pretty good.
And then I went, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm a JR boy. But yeah, I feel like they're like his listenership's probably got to be 85% men at the
Probably.
least. Yeah.
Probably.
I think you're rare. In
A rare breed.
Oh yeah, not everybody's like her. She's different. All right, so we've done rants. I can't do an assumption. I know you too well.
No,
Well,
it's
we
not.
told her the assumption about psychology.
I thought you took a psychology in school.
I took a psychology course.
That's not enough.
There's also what's wrong with you. So
All
this
right.
segment came up after
God.
your episode.
Okay.
Your solo episode.
Famously a good bud 213.
I wasn't doing what's wrong with you when you were on.
All right, so no.
What's wrong with you?
that?
Tell us.
This is
Claire, I'm the host. Sarah?
Well,
we'll do a record scratch.
Sarah, what's wrong with you?
There's a lot.
Name 2 or 3.
Let's go with loneliness. Feeling not connected to other humans,
Yeah.
no matter how hard I try. So this is what I was talking to Sarah about today. The idea of, you guys mentioned earlier that I'm very open and you have no assumptions because it's hard because you know me so well.
Yeah.
When you are someone who does that and you're just like, this is who I am, here's my heart, here's everything I am.
Yeah.
And people don't understand it and don't connect with it, it is incredibly lonely.
I don't
Yeah.
know if people don't understand it or don't connect with it.
They do though, because I find friendships very, very hard and relationships very, very hard.
Well,
I struggle with friendship and also romantic relationships.
I think both are hard for everybody. I think you're examining those two things under.
Too harsh of a lens, maybe.
Yeah, I
Could be. You could be right.
I'm I'm a lot of the exact opposite of you, and I find both extremely difficult. Like I don't tell nobody shit, and I still find it wildly difficult
Yeah, it
to
is.
be an adult and maintain a relationship and or any friendships. Like
It's one of those things where I just go, like, I'm really showing you who I am, and you're still misperceiving who I am.
Yeah.
And that's why Scott and I get along so well, I think, in some weird way, because I do think he feels the same way as me. That said, he puts his foot in his mouth a lot and argues a lot and steps into things probably more than he
Yeah.
should.
yeah, that's an interesting foil.
Yeah, it's like this is sad, but sometimes I feel like I don't leave a mark on people, both friendship and romantic, in the sense of I'm a secondary friend to a lot of people, but not necessarily like a close friend.
I feel like that's everybody though. I feel like there's a lot. I feel like that for me personally. Like I always debate.
But you have some best friends. You named like five
I have
on
a
the
couple.
podcast.
I have a couple for sure.
He missed a big one too.
And I missed a big one.
You?
No.
Apologies to Owen.
Owen!
After that episode, and then I listened, I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I think I said it. I'm like, you didn't say Owen.
yeah. I'm crazy lucky to have grown up with it. But like in my adult life,
Adult
as far
friendships
as
are tough.
oh my god, it's almost impossible. It's almost
so hard.
It's like fuck Everest. Like making a friend as an adult, like past 25, is
Yes.
insane.
Yes.
So yeah, it's one of those things where I worry that you're too hard on yourself about.
So here's the difference
French,
between
like
you and
relationships are difficult, but like
I. The difference between you and I is you said that you're not an overly open. You're not an open heart like I am. You're
Yeah,
not
no,
a
not as
bleeding
much.
open heart like I am. The difference would be vulnerability hangovers, because that's what you get when you do put yourself out there so hard.
yeah,
And you don't. So the output is extreme and the input is very minimal.
yeah. No, you're
that's
true there. Yeah,
And that's where you get the concept of being lonely, and not in the sense of like I'm single, or you know what I mean? It's like a different kind of loneliness. It's like I'm not connected to like the human species,
yeah. No,
which is incredibly
fair.
sad. So
Definitely.
that's I think at the root of a lot of my issues. The other one being I'm a workaholic and I do too much. I take on far too much stuff.
Yeah, 5 years of a podcast. Yeah.
But like just generally speaking, it's too much. I do too much and live too little.
Do you think like that's something that's like fixed, or is that something that you just need to find a specific person that fits into that lifestyle?
I think it's a little of both.
Yeah.
because I think I'll always be a hard worker and always want to do a lot. But my big
There's
thing,
no way you can stop at this point.
no, and it's what I want to do for a career.
Yeah,
so like
exactly.
me doing this is I'm trying to. This is what I want to do. So obviously I'm going to work very hard at it. But for me, it's like I need to prioritize balance between all the things in my life. And I need to have fun and like just hang out with friends every now and then, or like go for a walk or exercise.
A mosey.
All these things.
A
Balance.
slow walk.
I really struggle with balance.
Yeah.
I think it's a major thing that you've gotten this diagnosis.
Yeah.
And you're on this path now. And
It's life-changing.
I think that that's going to make a huge difference
Oh,
Yeah.
in
truly.
terms of like how you feel you can connect with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, like what you were saying really resonated with me. And for me, I started going to therapy.
Yeah, there it is.
And
Yeah.
it was like,
Light bulb, right?
there was just things that there was coping mechanisms I was using that I didn't have any fucking concept. Like I had no clue that I was using, and it kept me so unable to really be,
Your best self.
really be myself, but like to really connect with people.
Connect with people. Attachment styles are huge. Like I'm an anxious attachment, so I assume everyone's going to leave me, which is a big issue when you've gotten close to people and then they disappear. So that's like, even with, this is the end of the episode, so I'll say it, like working with Sarah, like I'm scared to push her into too much work. And I'm always just like, but if you don't want to, that's cool. I'll just do it myself. Like
Yeah.
I instantly turn to, I like control, and it's a weird thing. The anxious attachment style is not a good one
No.
to
No,
be.
yeah.
It's stressful and emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
Just got super deep. I'm sorry.
No, it's fair. It's
But
super
yeah, there's
interesting.
what's wrong with me.
No, yeah, no.
I'm a
it's-
lonely
it's-
workaholic.
I have a really good Instagram account to recommend to you.
Oh, please send it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I love shit like that.
Claire loves that one. Yeah, but like, I feel like with like even like the Tinder and stuff like that, and a lot of like the talk on this podcast is like dating focused.
Yeah.
Like, why do you value having a partner so much?
Do you wanna know
Do you
what?
feel like is it validity, or is it like just like
God,
your
Dan,
loneliness?
huge question.
Or what?
Well, this is a huge question because it's changed.
Just had a huge question.
I know, but listen, we got 30 more minutes to fill to get to
It's
3
shifted.
hours here.
It's
Claire,
shi-
would you grab me another beer?
It's shifted now.
Oh, shifted. Do you know what? That makes me happy. I feel like it's for the best.
I don't know if you'll be so happy.
All right.
With
I'm
how it's
sad.
shifted.
Okay. Man, I'm sad.
I realized that what it.
Claire, beer. Give me another IPA.
I think it's just wanting to have a home like family unit.
Yeah.
So now I want to be a mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Love
like,
that.
and now mind you, this has only been
Thank you.
since
I
the
appreciate
new
you.
year. So I still think it might
Christ.
be a phase.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. We're only a month and a half, and
Yeah, so
you
I'm,
want
I'm giving it
children.
a year. Giving it a year.
Fair. That's what I do with tattoos. If I want a tattoo for a year, I'll get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have a friend who did it through sperm donor and is radiantly happy. And
How old were they when they did it through the sperm donor? It's
around
not
my
the-
age.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm turning 35, so it's not a you have time. It's a you could maybe like the language changes to be
Yeah.
a
There's
bit
definitely
more,
a tone change. It's like it's a high risk pregnancy at this point, right?
And I never wanted kids before. But I've gotten insane baby fever. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but
Kids are kind of dope though.
But I do think it is like I think I just want a family because I'm at an age where it's like my sisters have their spouses.
Are you
like
the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Okay.
I'm like
By
the
a
only.
lot?
I'm the only solo. Yeah, like 6 or 7 years.
That's such a weird vibe to have, though, being the only solo one. Like,
It
I only
is
grew up with a
extremely
family of two,
weird.
so there's no stress.
do
Really,
you know what it's like being a 35-year-old woman and sleeping on a couch in
I
a family
do
cabin
not
because
know what it's like to
you're
do
the
that.
only single one?
That is weird. Is it a pullout?
I don't know, but like we want to do a cabin
Did
retreat.
you pull
and
it out?
It hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's happening
It's a
soon, but
fictional
like
idea.
it's one of those things where it's like not considered. It's just like, yeah, we'll put her wherever.
Yeah.
She's single.
Maybe the floor because she's a dog.
I've kind of learned to accept that like I just got to be happy without a partner. And if a partner comes around, cool. But like,
That is the way to be, though. Like, you have to.
I'm now very much so just like, how can I be happy, like, and fulfilled without that? Because it will drive you crazy.
Lord knows it drove me crazy.
Wanting to date,
Yeah.
being like desperate like that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
as long as I
Yeah,
had been.
Ruined my 20s.
Your 20s? Like always wanting a girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, big time. Or trying to make things work when they weren't going to work. Big time.
Yeah, and I think for me, because I really haven't dated, the most I dated a guy was like 5 dates in 10 years.
That's wild. What is happening? You're
Yeah.
a lovely person.
But I have very high standards.
That's wild.
And it's very rare that it totally...
I know people you've had a crush on, and they are not high standards.
What do you mean?
We talked about it.
my voice goes high-pitched.
Yeah.
Well, didn't she have a crush on you at one point? Didn't
very
you say
small.
that?
Does it?
Yeah,
Very
not
small crush.
not high enough standards.
High enough standards.
Your crush didn't last long. Sorry.
That's fine.
But what, as
I
soon as
wouldn't
I...
expect it to.
It's... Hang on. There we go.
All right, perfect. wherever it is. Yeah, sorry. I kicked the table out with my foot.
I think I'm also very leery to go on just dates with anybody because I don't want to reject anyone. So that's
Okay.
another issue I have.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't date around as much because I hate rejecting people.
It's so exhausting.
That is
Yeah.
exhausting. I was really bad. I used to go on a bunch of dates with people, but then I would just kind of like let it phase out. I
Right.
wouldn't like let it drag on too long before I said something, but like I felt like the general tone would be that it would phase out, and now it was
A fizzle out, yeah. It's not quite a
taxing, but
ghost.
also-
You're not that douchey.
No, it was never a ghost. Like I
No.
never. I would always let my text be the last text
That's right.
unanswered.
And then just don't follow up.
Yeah, and just let it die. And like if I did go back now, I would change it and just tell people exactly how I felt because I wouldn't want anybody to do that. But it's one of those weird things where I went on a lot of first and a couple seconds.
See, I don't date a lot. Like
Yeah.
I do the apps. But to get me to the date, you gotta feel special because I don't do that. There's
Yeah.
one guy that was like, I really thought was something. And it was right around the time that Andrew fucking died. And we had his
That cocksucker.
we had a ceremony of life, the event, whatever we call it. Ceremony of life? Celebration of life.
Yeah, that thing in that Legion.
And I stopped texting him and I shouldn't have. And then when I wrote him, he was like, "Who's this?" And I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
you deleted my number. Fuck me." But I saw him on Instagram recently and I was like, I've been thinking about just sending a message being like, "Hi, I don't know if you remember me, but we went on a date and I thought you were really cute." Like just because what do I have?
not?
What do I have to lose at this? Like literally
Zero.
nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Shoot or shoot. I'd go for it.
Shoot or
Why the fuck
shoot.
not?
He was
Yeah.
very attractive. Also a podcaster.
Okay, maybe said too much. Is it Ryan Williams?
No, what?
Oh.
Who?
When I went to Oasis last night and I saw that there was a guy in the on the lineup named Ryan Williams.
What? Ryan Williams.
And
Fun
then
fact.
I Instagrammed him, and there was this really handsome black fella who like has like a photography business and like a podcast.
Yes. Yeah, I did his
And I'm
cover.
like, it's got to be this guy. And then
No.
I went, it's Ryan Williams, who I know now, who's like the sweetest little pumpkin of a
Fun fact.
a white little gay fella, and he's fucking the best. I love him dearly.
Fun
I don't know.
fact.
Fun
I
fact,
don't
fun
know,
fact.
but
Let her say the fun fact.
I think
I
the
met
world-
him at a sex party.
What?
Tell me about a sex party.
I mean, it was just insane.
Tell me specifically about a sex party.
Well, like Ryan and I had been following each other for like. He's gonna do the podcast. We're gonna tell the whole story, but like
No, story right now.
blah, 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 blah. Had known each other through Instagram and Tinder.
What's a sex party like?
So do you know the place on Gottingen with the anchor on the door?
Sea dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy's lived in this city.
Have you ever done one of the
Have you ever gone to a
night
sex
shade?
party? No, I have not gone to a sex party.
But did you know about them?
I know there was sex parties. I used to hang out with Jeremy Saunders a
There
lot.
you go.
And he's a very fucking hip, fucking
Yeah.
sexy fella.
I went to one of those. It was called ORG and it was like a private.
It's called orgy because that's what it was.
Because that's what it was. It was just. They were very creative with the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a private party. I had an in, so I knew a guy and his girlfriend.
I heard you had an out too. Hey, wow.
And an in and out.
Not talking about hamburgers there, sweet thing.
Yeah, that was the coolest. One of the coolest experience. Like I'll be thinking about that. Like.
It was just a fuck fest, just people walking around, just getting it in.
So there's different rooms and there's different sections. Like you can either rent a room or you can rent a locker and put your shit in.
Yeah.
There's a hot tub area. Then there's all these little bedrooms where like things can happen and you can leave the door open or shut depending on if you want people to watch. Craziest thing I saw was like a room full of really hot women on taking turns on a Sibian.
Taking turns on a what?
Sibian, which is it's like a motorized saddle that women use to jerk themselves off.
Oh, no kidding.
You don't Google enough.
And then the basement, there was a blackout room, which is like you go in and anything can happen and you consent to anything happening to you, which is crazy. Like a dungeon type thing, and a glory hole.
All right.
There's I have a story.
Very troubling thing for the host of a podcast to hear about his girlfriend saying.
Funny story, I was there.
It wasn't me. It's my friend's story, and I won't say.
Yeah, her friend named Clare Belford.
But I have a friend, a couple, and I guess like every time she would get drunk, she would like. She really wanted to have a threesome. She really wanted them to have a threesome. She'd push this idea all the time. And then like there's this sex club in Toronto called Oasis. Funnily enough,
Yeah, they got $12 pitchers. It's great.
Shit.
and so finally like it was like Pride or something, and they were drunk, and she was like, really like we should do it tonight. Let's go to Oasis tonight. And so they go to Oasis, but it was so funny because even in the story, like when I heard the story, he was like, and I know her, like I know. Like she doesn't drink much. She doesn't drink often, so she's gonna get tired soon. Like,
Yeah.
But they go and they wait in line for a long time. They paid like $100 each to get in or something.
Yikes.
And then they get their towels, and then they go in and they get in there, and she's like, everyone here is hideous.
Yeah, that's interesting. My experience was the opposite. I was shocked how attractive everyone was. And it was cool because like you would talk to me. It was really like a regular party, except
He said it was a fucking.
not a lot of clothes, and there were sexy rooms, and
Yeah.
they served soup, which was strange. Like
The worst thing to drink at a
Right?
sex party. I think taquitos at minimum.
but like I was shocked how like attractive everyone was. It was
Yeah.
a very sexy situation. And then
Everybody I know knew in like Halifax who's like very orgy focused has like been pretty good looking.
I
Well, I
would
mean, like,
go
I feel
again
like-
in a heartbeat.
That sounds way more exclusive. Like this, like
Yeah,
sex
you-
club is just like anybody can get in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you cover and stuff like that. Like here, you just had to pay for either a room or a locker, and that's how you got in. And
But
you had to be
I also
vetted
think
as
it's
well.
also it's invite.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I had my friend was there with his girlfriend. I went with them, and then I hooked up with two couples. I'm a great fifth wheel.
Good on you.
Yeah,
Life is for the living.
cool.
How recently was this?
Way before lockdown. It would have been 2019
It would have been
December.
February 2020.
December 2019, maybe. Yeah, it was all. And then I met Ryan there, and it was very fun. Like we didn't do anything, but like we saw each other.
Oh, he's
it was
famously
it
gay.
it was this awkward moment of like, fancy seeing you here.
Oh my god, I can't imagine that in Halifax. It's like
Well-
the city's so small that everyone would be like, "What's going on, bud? Yeah.
well,
You want
also-
to fuck my wife?" Like it's Halifax is such a three small towns pretending to be a city.
And that was the thing. I was like, I can't do it with anyone I know too well. Because
Was there other people there that you knew?
No, other than the couple I came with and Ryan. No other people that I knew.
Or though.
Sarah,
He talks about this
bleep
kind of
it.
Or what's like the safety protocol? Like, do people like use condoms and
Yes.
stuff? Or, yeah,
There was like condoms in like every corner of the place.
and people were using them.
From what so a lot of like, so this is the other thing too. A lot of people will like go with their partners and bang, right? So like they wouldn't necessarily have to use condoms.
Just want to be around people.
I didn't get too close of a look to figure that out.
Fair.
But like, and there was no, I won't go into too much detail as to what I did, but it wasn't
Weird
penetrative.
place to draw the line, MacLellan.
I know, right? It's a very
Turn
weird
these
place to
cameras
draw
off.
the line. Right? It's a very weird
Daddy
line.
wants a juice.
I will say, very safe, very consensual, and like The only thing you might find creepy is like if you're a lone female walking into that.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! I
The
can't
guys will be
imagine.
eyeing you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they will never approach because it's very consensual. So
Right.
you have to ask for everything.
Yeah.
Like anything you do, you need to ask consent.
It's almost like real life,
Almost.
or how it should be.
Are we done?
I don't know. I don't know how we top this.
I have more questions.
Oh shit! No, Claire's up. Book's open.
End of the episode. I'm okay with talking stuff at the end.
So when you had
I'm wildly interested, but I don't want to cross any lines. I'm sorry.
when you had the experience that you had with these two other couples,
Yeah.
was it like, was it because you say it's like very consensual, obviously, so was it like pre-discussed, like everyone was like, this is what I'm comfortable, this is as far as I want to go, or like how do you just kind of,
Not really.
it's kind of in the moment?
Sexy situation happened. We entered the room. Things started happening. And then I think if it was like beyond like making out, it would be like, can I do this?
Oh, I see.
yeah,
And it was a lot of questions.
Okay.
And at one point I just went, can we all just agree we want to do everything?
sounds like Mama's pretty horny. Second question.
It was just like, can I touch this? Can I touch that? And then it was like 5 people.
Yeah,
So there was a lot of questions.
playing Twister with consent.
It was like a press conference with like Dr. Strang or something. Like just tons of
masks off, people.
Yeah, you guys were all over Zoom.
yeah. I have a lot of jokes about that fivesome, but like
I've still never seen you do stand-up.
oh my god, you don't want to. It's bad.
Oh, shut up.
I've been
true.
sucking lately. Just garbage, trash. Just not caring. Just like I haven't been practicing or writing, and also like I'm just forgetting how to talk.
Happens.
Like I like
I'm
this
struggling with
because
that too.
I'm talking constantly, so I'm talking okay right now.
Yeah.
But like when you get up on stage, it's a different thing.
I've been
got-
super in my head on stage lately. Like there's so
Same.
many factors that will affect how I can perform on stage. Like I'm really struggling with being new here. And like I'm in my head about that a lot. And I feel like there's a lot I'm like everyone's like I gotta like live up to a certain expectation or something
Yeah.
because I'm like coming in as like a pro and I'm not on camera but I'm using quotations.
You and I think the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you, but I can guarantee you do not have to worry about that.
You mentioned something earlier though about like having energy to be on stage. I forget what you're talking about, but like it really clicked with me. Like where you're like, oh, I think it was when you started comedy that like you weren't working at the time, so you had energy to be on stage.
Yeah, I was resting.
I connect with that so much
Oh, big
like
time.
all of my stand-up career, I've been working a day job and then running to a mic and then doing the best I can.
Yeah,
But like now, like right now, I don't have a day job and I'm going to mics and I'm fucking crushing.
because
Like,
you're rested. You have the
Yeah, I
you have decompression time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is all I'm worried about. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not writing. I'm not doing anything that's going to help my set. But
Yeah.
I'm just going there and I'm arriving with
You're not arriving
8 hours more
exhausted.
energy than I
Yeah.
had
And
before.
that's- yeah.
And I'm doing really good. I think I should have been born with rich parents because I feel like I could have been a very famous comedian.
Oh my god. One of my best friends has rich parents. He doesn't think he has rich parents, but he's never had to work.
He does.
And he's
Oh
like
shit, that
He's
kind of rich.
insanely
I'm
funny.
for the first time seeing what his life has been like the whole time that I've been working a job and going to mics and stuff after and now I'm not working a job and I'm like, holy yeah, like what Dan is saying, just like
Interesting.
It's wild.
Yeah, the energy, and that's why I say like if you're comparing yourself to somebody, look
Yeah.
at their
Can't.
life. Look
Yeah.
at their life and the factors that are working against you, because those will come into play. Like, like truly, like if you work a crazy long day, 8 hours, get off at 5:30, and you run home, you shove a granola bar in your face, and then you're off to like
Yeah.
you're flustered, you haven't decompressed, like you might be. I don't know. It's
wild.
a lot.
Stand up
Oh,
is like
so
the,
much.
Everyone, let's take the pressure off.
I couldn't imagine a
have
worse
fun.
thing for your life than stand-up comedy in a lot of ways. Like just to like go up there and do an incredibly highly stressful scenario that isolates you as a person, and now like suddenly your social scene, all your time is with also other people who are psychopaths.
Consumes you.
It's fucking weird.
In a
I
good way,
love
too,
it,
though.
and I have zero regrets on my life. But like, it's wild comparing it to some of my friends.
Well, and I mean, I think too, like, this is what I'll say, Kyle Carpenter, he and I had a cool talk one night where he essentially said, like, unless you are someone who really sees yourself doing this as a career, like this is your goalpost.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah. And you know what?
And Travis has said that too. And
that's why I asked that 5-year question. Cause like part of me is like, Sarah's so good at podcasting and she does.
This is my love. Like,
but I'm like,
yeah,
I honestly don't know if you can do both. Like
it's really tough.
I don't think there's enough time in the day for someone
They
to actually,
marry
like,
good together. So
yeah,
like,
they're
if
definitely
I
cousins.
got successful in one, I think it would help the other. But I haven't been what I consider successful in one yet.
But also you can be successful in one, but I think it has to be stand up and then comedy.
Yeah.
Or stand
build
up
the audience
then
first
podcast.
and then bring the audience to
I
the
don't
podcast.
think you can do podcast then
It's true.
comedy. Or it's
hard.
think you can do it. I think it's way harder.
So what you're saying is my life is hard. Thank you.
No, you really put it to expert mode as far as a white woman goes.
But like Kyle Carpenter said, like, and I'll never forget it, he's like, comedy is a leaky basket to put your eggs.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like I've got extremely fortunate and it still doesn't make any sense. Like you couldn't ask for a more gifted and privileged career coming out of Halifax. And it doesn't make sense.
But why do you do it?
Oh, because I fucking love it. It's my favorite thing in the entire world.
So there you
I
go.
can't get enough
So
of it.
right there. So
Yeah.
for me currently, I've been noticing I've been having less fun.
Yeah.
And
This is why I moved to PEI, because I reached the point where I'm like, I'm not having fun.
There you go.
And I'm not getting out. So I want to back out for a little bit and reassess.
Like you have to keep, because
Yeah.
like if you're,
I tried a new endeavor for a while, and then I tried stand-up again. I'm like, Daddy's got a taste for one thing.
right?
And that's silly.
And Travis is someone who he needs to. He feels the most himself on stage. That is his life. Like
To be
for
fair,
me,
that's the only thing you can fucking do. Guy's useless as tits on a bull.
but like for me, it's like, yeah, I've been finding like the social side
Social
of things
part
less.
sucks.
When I started,
Yeah.
I did feel like I was way more part of the community. And then I did feel that warm hug slowly loosening.
Yeah.
And so now it's like no one's really at my same stage. They're either really new or they've been doing it longer than me.
You'd be surprised
So
how
it's a
much
lonely time.
how much comedy scenes will ebb and flow, and like
True.
it's
Yeah.
it's never going to be static, and it's not going to stay how it is right now.
So
not
true.
that it's bad right now, but you might not feel as at home right now as you
It's a
will
valley.
again.
Peaks and
Oh,
valleys.
yeah.
And like lots of people take breaks.
Yeah.
Like
There's no shame in a break.
one of my best friends just kind of was saying like something very similar to you, just like he wasn't feeling driven to do it like he used to be. He took
Yeah.
about a year off, and then about a year in, he, like into his time off, he was like,
I want to be back.
all he wanted to do was write jokes.
There you go. And that's the thing too. If you're constantly grinding or working, you're not going to be inspired to write jokes.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
actually living life to write anything.
Yeah.
And that's my issue. I'm like, I got to live more to actually write.
100%.
Because now I'm just going back to old jokes. Like I'm going back to the sex party joke and figuring out what new things I can add to it, which is fine. Better than nothing.
Especially because everybody wants to know about this weird sex party. Yeah. But I fully support what you're saying. It's like,
so
I don't
it's
think,
hard boundaries for me. Hard
unless you want to
boundaries.
be like a national touring headliner comedian, I don't think there's any.
And I don't.
It's supposed to be fun.
I
It's supposed to be
don't
fun for everybody.
I don't see myself as that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It would lend well though to a career in podcasting to be able to have that.
It would. It would.
That
for
would
sure.
help to grow, your podcast.
Yeah.
But also,
But
the thing
Dan's
is, like,
right. I do think if you're a comedian, then if you're like Dan, Mr. By the way, I checked. I was just out of curiosity, my stupid brain going like thinking about like comics with a presence or a web presence, and I was like just looking at people on Instagram.
I don't.
You got a lot of followers,
Oh yeah.
so like.
I got 1,600 followers.
If
on
you're well
Instagram
known, like
soon.
Dan is, people know you, like
Yeah.
you, and you start a podcast, you have an instant listenership.
A little bit, yeah, for sure.
So I did things wrong.
You didn't do things wrong.
I just did
You
things
did things
harder.
great. I think. Yeah,
I just think it's harder. That's what
I
it
have-
is.
This is
I
a
have
huge
more
win.
followers than Dan. Just want to say.
Do you?
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
On Instagram, I have 1,850.
Oh shit! She beat you by like 200 or something.
Just because
But I
she's
do
posting
follow-
pictures to me, that's all that is. Say
I
why.
do follow way more people than he does.
Yeah.
Well, that's the key.
I
right?
follow. Oh, I did like a story last night of like I followed eight more people followed me than I followed.
I saw that.
And I tried to find them, and I found like a couple like Emma Mater. I wasn't following. I'm like, how the fuck am I not following Emma Mater? And then I followed her.
Oh, yeah.
There was a couple of people.
Oh, actually, I don't follow that many more people than you. I follow like 100 more people than you.
All right. Well, that's the extra 1,000.
Anyway.
Doesn't
Too
matter.
funny. But
Anyways,
we're at Rogan length now.
we're coming at 3 hours. I feel like this is sufficient.
I'm
as
really
far
hitting my
as-
stride.
I
Mama on fire? You
truly,
got a couple questions?
No.
well, I appreciate what you've done for this episode so much because I was not expecting that. I was not
Good.
expecting trivia. I was not expecting a video from Travis. I was not expecting
How much did you think it was Whitney Cummings? I really wanted you to think it was
she
Whitney
was
Cummings.
sure. It
Yeah,
seemed,
Originally,
I
like-
got a little excited, but I really should have known better because I know she's too busy to do them.
Yeah. Our original plan was to have like me, Travis, and Claire rotating hosts like we do like
Oh, that'd be
20,
so
30
fun.
minutes. Travis got busy with work and then
I'm very happy with this. I
Good.
think
I'm
you-
glad. I'm tickled pink to be able to do this for you because this podcast means the world to me. So I'm happy we could do anything for you.
Heart.
Also, no one else replied to the message. But
Listen, that means he still wanted the job. I
here.
still might have picked you. I mean,
could have
over anyone else.
I remember that story and I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
Right?
But
I think a lot of people thought that. And
Yeah.
they just
Shoot or
didn't do
shoot.
anything.
Just
Yeah.
takes a giant white man with confidence to say yes.
And I hated asking because it feels narcissistic.
Fair. That I understand that logic, but
To
you
ask.
shouldn't feel that way. But it's too late. Anyways, again, thank you, Sarah, for 5
you,
years of
Dan.
excellent content.
Sarah, do you have anything to plug?
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
you got
Hey,
anything to
guys, can you please subscribe and also
Please.
leave an iTunes review?
Yeah,
Because-
5 stars.
Because it really helps, and a review. Like, just write. You can just write. It's a funny show. Like,
This
you
is
don't have
not
to be.
background, and it is fast.
Yes, but not just background noise. Reviews actually help podcast chart. So actually, today, Friday, if
When it comes out.
everyone leaves a review, it'll be an influx of reviews that will help me go up on the charts, and that's what. And it's also my birthday next week.
Oh
Turning
shit!
35.
This is your birthday present.
So it's a birthday present to me for you to do that. If you can't leave a review, share it with a friend. Tell a friend. Share it to your Instagram stories. Tag me. That's my love language. I will literally get off on it.
This plug
So
is 2 hours too
please
late.
do it.
3 hours too
Other
late.
than that, Sarah MacLellan on Twitter or Instagram.
Instagram.
I am on Twitter too, Sarah MacLellan. I talk a lot about how I'm not enjoying comedy. It's a little more honest on Twitter. And thank you, Dan, for everything. Dan, please plug your shit. You got a plug? You did all this work.
Check out my album Last Call, and check out Claire's album The Entire
Our
Cabbage.
cabbage.
Is this coming out this Friday?
On Friday. yeah.
baby. I'm turning
And
this
Dan's
around
got
quick.
those shows at Good Robot
Yeah.
next week.
Oh my God, yes. Go see.
Yeah, come to Good Robot. The tickets are probably already sold out, to be honest with you.
Well,
Oh, really?
But I mean, I think they're gonna sell real quick. There's only 70 tickets for 2 nights.
can you come to karaoke room after? On Saturday?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we'll be there.
Okay.
100%.
And we just want to plug Sarah's karaoke.
Yeah, it's Sarah's birthday karaoke.
Which will probably be over
just,
the guideline of
Yeah.
just
people
recommend
on-
Intoxicated to fucking
Please
a
do,
friend.
guys.
Everyone support local, but fucking step up and support local
It's
podcasts.
just such a small thing to do. Even just the share, like it's simple little steps that really make a difference.
Yeah.
And Claire, you're also at Yuck Yucks, aren't you?
On
March
the 4th,
4th.
yeah.
Tonight.
Only.
Tonight she's
Oh,
at
yeah.
Yuck Yucks.
Oh, is it?
Oh, wait,
this
no.
March?
Not
next,
tonight.
Next week from
Whoops.
today.
In a week she'll be at.
Yikes.
she'll be
Okay,
at
so
Yuck
March
Yucks.
4th,
today.
Clare Belford's at Yuck Yucks. She's one of the best comics east of Montreal. Please go check her out. Who's with you, Claire?
I'm not sure.
No one knows. Who cares?
No one knows. But
It's only
you have
Claire
two
that
chances
matters.
to see these two wonderful comedians who I love very much and encourage you to go see. They are extremely funny, and you won't regret it.
No, oh no. You don't regret a show you go to see.
No,
All right.
we're done. I'm gonna ring my own bell on my own show.
Dang it, baby. 5 times. 3.
I got
Couple for luck.
We're done.
6 seasons in a movie.
Yes, 6 seasons in a movie.
John.
Thank you for listening to the Intoxicated Podcast. If you enjoyed this week's episode, make sure you subscribe on whatever podcast app you use and leave a rating or review on Apple Podcasts. You can also give us a follow on Facebook and Instagram at Intoxicated Podcast and check out our video episodes on the Intoxicated YouTube channel. Until next week, feel hard and talk hard. Intoxicated Podcast is hosted and produced by Sarah MacLellan, co-produced by Sarah Nicole, and brought to you by the messiness of life.
Oh, everybody's depressed. Next subject.